out. I cannot wait to take these braids out. But here's the thing, I got some more packs. So there's a tiny part of me that thinks I might refresh the top. I didn't know. Can't call it. But I may. I may do that. I cut my braids a little bit. I tried to do like I tried something, but it ain't really take. So I feel like I might. Ugh, I need to take them out so bad, but I don't want to. I'm tired tomorrow. Like, this takedown, I pray I'm inspired. What up, Mina? What up, Mish? Hey, all is well. Hope everyone's doing cute. I'm just trying to kick it, talk about some things. I am taking a trip tonight. What up, baby Ethernet? I hope you're doing well. But yeah, I just wanted to come through and hang out because I was rewatching some lives. I also was like reading the comment section and I wanted to respond to some people in this. Yes, it's very, very, very cold. It's very, 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 very cold. It's lip chap on top of lip chap weather. It's rub your face with oil weather. Like, yeah, I'm gonna do some skincare tonight because just the way the wind is whipping a bitch, it's not cute and I hate it. So, my just sending warm vibes to everybody on the East Coast. I've heard even the southern part. I heard Tennessee got hit. Yeah, I'm so sorry to hear that. I'm so sorry to hear that. Like, there's nothing like Ooh, there's nothing like a winter. There's nothing like a winter, bitch. And you know what? I was telling my friend, I was like, I think winter now is starting in December. You know, it used to start, little November. And then by around this time, it was starting to get better. But it's getting worse. I'm noticing. I don't know if you're noticing that. What up, Shalaya? Thank you so much. You're so nice. Honestly, I really want a lock so bad. Like, I want faux locks bad as hell. I was thinking about trying to manipulate the hair I had into giving it like a Marley texture, but I don't feel like it's real. I am doing so much better. I had this thing called paranica, paranecia. It's basically when your cuticle gets pulled and then some bacterium gets inside of it. So my finger was exploded. It was feeling like I could feel my heartbeat in my hand. It was really terrible. And funny thing, I actually just got my bill from going to the emergency room and it actually doesn't add up. Like it says that they charged me $6 for the bacitracin that this man used, which is hilarious. Then it also said that they charged me $1,300 for this white man to literally ask me twice if I had diabetes. Like he was like, "Do you have diabetes?" I was like, "No." Then he's like, "Are you sure you don't have diabetes?" And I was like, "No." Bitch, we're not here for that. Take care of the finger. Let's go. So he pokes my finger with a needle and nothing comes out. And then he gets another needle and then pokes it twice. I was like, that's malpractice. You should not have done that. You should have got another needle. But it's fine, bitch. I'm feeling healed. My finger was feeling weird earlier, but you know what? It is what it is. But yeah, they really put $1,350 on a bill, like a real. They really put that amount, and then they put $6 for the bacitracin, and they said that they took $700 off because I had no insurance, but it was somehow in the end it was 1356. I don't know how their math I just don't know how their math made sense. I don't know. It seemed like they just told me out of nowhere, like, hey, we could have charged you 730 something extra dollars, but we didn't. And it's like, so it was supposed to be 2K. All right, maybe you should have put 2K. Yeah, they should have been trying to figure out if I had diabetes, but honestly, again, we were at the ER. Ain't nobody trying to figure out if they have diabetes there. That's not a place to find out if you have diabetes. So I'm glad, and also if I do have diabetes, bitch, just live a beaties, bitch. We live in with the beaties, okay? We're turning it around. So it is what it is, bitch. Like, I don't think I have diabetes based on what happened next. Like, I feel like if I had diabetes, things might have got worse, perhaps. But who knows, bitch? We're in America. So all I know is the ailment that I went there for has been cured. If there's a new ailment, that's tune in next time. You know what I mean? See you next week on I'm a Cartoon with no fucking insurance. So with that being said, medical financial debts aside, right, I right, exactly. Shout out to all my babies with the beaties. Um yeah. Whoa, okay, Mish. I appreciate you for saying that because hey Noe. It's been a minute, cutie pie. Yeah, no, it's been real weird. Like again, I don't recall being billed for the ER anywhere else. Like I just don't recall it. But at the same time, I think I was using my ex's address. Yeah. I think I was using that. Yes, we are in the last season of America. Last season of Earth actually is deeper than America. I feel like people outside of America realize that. Shout out to the farmers in France. I don't know if anybody saw what the farmers in France are up to. Whoa, they're sending all the dookie from the farms to the state houses. But my thing is this: fuck the state house. Put the dookie in front of their homes. Dookie them in. I want them to be encased in dookie. I fuck the state building. Cause here's the thing. The person that take out the trash to the state building ain't in this. They ain't in this. It's not on them. Let them be able to get to the building. You know what I mean? I feel like the people that are inconvenienced fucking with that is some casualties that I don't appreciate. However, if you put the but then again, a lot of these people are behind gated buildings. But that's my other thing though. It's like y'all giving them a day off work because they're not about to work. I mean, they're not even working, bitch. Like whatever. I'm happy that they put the dookie in front of the building, but I do wish that we had access to put dookie literally on these people. That is my stress. Bitch, listen, you already know my FBI agent and your FBI agent do not rock. We're not compatible in our FBI agents, so we're never gonna align. I'm telling you, we're gonna be on the internet at the same time. Our FBI agent's gonna be doing everything to keep us apart, bitch. It's really crazy. But that's just what I've decided. That like whenever everything's going left, I'm like, oh my federal agent, oh they blocking my blessings. Sidebar, speaking of blocking blessings, this is a segment called Men I've Talked to on the Internet recently. And I just want to do a little trigger warning because it's something I've been doing with my friends. You want to check in to make sure people want to hear about a man. You know what I mean? You want to check in because sometimes just because that's our bestie, that's our homie, that's our day one, they'll listen to anything we say, and that's a beautiful thing. We love that. But sometimes when we're telling them stories about a man, let's take a moment and say, wait, is this a crazy fucked up story that's gonna make them aware of just how fucked up it is out here with these men again? Because they're already probably going through something with a man on their own. So again, I just wanted to just put a little trigger warning out there that I am going to talk about for a moment, maybe longer than I intend to because I have ADHD and we're going to blame it on that. About these weirdos. Oh my god, bitch. First of all, me and Hell Yeah were on a conference call when I was talking to this man, and the conversation spiraled wildly. At some point, this man actually started to scream, I'm not gay. I'm not gay, as if to convince me that he was not gay. And it was awkward because, again, um, I'm not saying the things he was proposing was gay. I'm just saying that, like, the way that he was screaming about not being gay just had me very confused because, again, I had made a remark about anal, and I don't know how we got to there. I want to say I don't even. Again, I can't even remember how we got there, but at some point he started screaming that he was not gay, and I was like, "All right, baby, all right. And I had to hang up. And again, uh, there was a moment where trigger warning for sexual assault, where he made it kind of clear that he was going to try to take that booty. So I was like, wow, again, I never said he was gay. I never even implied it. He popped out of nowhere because I was talking about consent. I was talking about a whole host of things. And I think the only remark I made that somebody weird could make it seem like I was like trying to guide the convo is like we were talking about anal and I said, you have to prep for anal. And I said, I watched some queer men talk about prepping their butthole for anal, and it seems like you would have to get it ready. So keep in mind, we're literally having a convo about anal, and I'm letting him know my reservations about anal is basically you have to really be getting it ready. And I do not have the kind of butthole that is interested in being prepared for anal. So I was just letting it be known. And he had said something about how a woman's butthole is different than a man's butthole. And I was like, I don't think that's true. I was like, I feel like all buttholes are created equal. And I believe that this conversation is, I think you're ill prepared for it, perhaps. And that's how it spiraled into I'm not gay. Because again, when I said that all buttholes are the same, and I said a man fucking a man's butthole or a man fucking a woman's butthole is the same thing, he was taken aback, and he got very quiet. And then I was like, when I talked about a man's butthole being fucked by another man, I noticed you got kind of quiet. He was like, yeah, because that ain't me. And I was like, whoa. Again, at some point, he started talking about he's not gay. And so, with that being said, baby Ethernet, I do not know why this. Okay, I do not know why it's telling me. Okay, pause, pause, pause. Okay. Yeah, again, I don't know why it's holding the message for review. Oh, it's because you're saying things about buttholes. Okay. Mm, yeah, I agree. Our buttholes are built different. I don't think so. Now, if there are people here who have more information about buttholes and how they're built, you have the floor. You really have the floor. We'd appreciate your expertise. I am ignorant to all butthole things because I don't care about buttholes. I've never been interested in doing anything to anyone's butthole. Never been interested in having anyone do anything to mine. And this is not a value judgment. I don't care what people do with their buttholes. I want them to have fun. But for me, I personally am not interested. So that's why I have no info. That's why I was telling him it just doesn't seem to me like you know what you're talking about buttholes. So again, when you're ignorant and you're being loud and shit, I'm dead. I'm dead. All right, Jorge, come through. I appreciate you for saying that. Thank you. Oh, the prostate. You're right. You're right. But that's not like a difference in terms of like what you have to do, right? Like it just means that there's something in the butthole that's going to right. Like there's an enjoyment factor there, but I feel like that's another level to this. Is like if there ain't nothing in my butthole for to hit for me, and maybe somebody will chime in and be like, it still feels good. Live life. I don't care though. I do not want to do it. So that's all I'm gonna say. As I was making it known that I was like aware that there was prep for butthole stuff, I was not trying to do it. And at some point, he started like screaming about how he wasn't gay, mainly because I just noticed he got really quiet when I mentioned that a man fucking a man's butthole is similar to a woman getting her butthole fucked, and he was just kind of like, all I know is that I don't have a pleasure zone in my booty hole. Okay. All right. Again, if I had a pleasure zone in my booty hole, I'd probably be interested, but I don't. So that's why I'm interested in the other one in the front. You know what I mean? That's where I'm at. But anyway, so I obviously hung up on that man, but he sounded sexy for a while. Then this is probably one of the most wildest things. I'm gonna hold myself accountable and say that I was on the phone for way too long. I'm gonna say that at some point, I'm not gonna lie, bitch. Like, was I gonna fuck? feel like there were several moments where I was like, I'll never fuck you, but this conversation is so crazy. And I also want to say somebody brought Bombay. So I had some Bombay and I was a little drunk. So I was like, whoa, this is a crazy conversation. I was entertaining it again. Would I have fucked with this man? Probably not. But again, it was a entertaining conversation to a certain point. And then at another point, it was just like, damn, what's going on? So I'm again, this segment, I'm trying to check on the time where we got 15 minutes in here. All right, I'm gonna try to keep this story for the next 5 minutes. I feel like I'm gonna try to give us a little 5 minute timer. Shalaya, thank you so much. Akasha, hey beauty. Yeah, no. Like I might honestly, I've been really thinking about strapping. So again, like if he was trying to do something again, but again though, I don't want to get the butthole ready. I feel like that's the thing. I don't want to be back there, bro. I don't. I don't, cause I just don't. I don't want to even. I don't want to talk about people hygiene or nothing like that, cause it's not about that. It's about the fact that the butthole is unpredictable, and that's enough for me. Okay, everything's unpredictable if you want to be serious. Like I feel like anything can happen. Like I've thrown up on a dick one time, and like it wasn't a sexy thing for me. Thankfully, it was a sexy thing for them, but I was just like, whoa, bodies are crazy. No new booties. I'm crying. You're hilarious. Well, okay. So getting into this, man, we were talking on Snapchat, and I'm gonna be real with you. This is where I feel like I really fucked up. He was being really delayed in the communication, and so I just snapped him. But I'm gonna be so for real. I snapped him because baby was giving model. Like he was looking fine as hell. So I was like, bitch, Simone Biles, bitch. I drive 45. Let me stop. I'm joking. I'm trying to be funny here. Anyways, so he was really fine. And I was just like, so I snapped this man, and the snap was really dry. And at some point, I was like, bro, I was like, I was like, this combo not really giving that much. And he was like, well, he's like, let's roll a blunt and smoke. And I was like, honestly, I'm not really looking for blunt times. I'm not really looking for that. And his energy was very much like, but you said you smoke. I was like, I do. But I wasn't trying to smoke with you. Like, I'm trying to talk about so many other things. And honestly, like I said, once they start talking about smoking a blunt, I know that maybe you'll smoke a blunt and you'll meet the man of your dreams. Maybe you. Maybe you will. Keep that hope alive. Keep that dream. But for me, I'm like, once they bring out the blunt, I already know what time it is, babe. So I was just like, oh, I'm Gucci. Have a great life. You're cool. Do do do. And then I want to say again, it wasn't even actually about the blunt so much. It was just more so like I had already clocked that he was being kind of like standoffish. And then him asking to smoke the blunt, it's like, bro, you're not even giving in this text convo for me to even be curious enough to smoke a blunt and hang out with you. So I was like, fuck that. Again, I want to name the Bombay. The Bombay was playing softly in the background, and so I decided to call this man because honestly, sometimes I just be like, "What's wrong with y'all?" Like honestly, I am really that person. Like, and honestly, I don't care, but I would really break the fourth wall with these men and be like, "Why do you do this?" Here's the thing: I hit him up first. I don't usually hit up men first. This is why I'm holding myself accountable because I feel like I was being very thirsty. But there was a part of me that was just like, bitch, what's going on? Because yes, I messaged you first. Yes, you messaged me back. But like, what's going on? What's the point? So again, I feel like all roads lead back to my thirst. I feel like all roads lead back to my thirst. And that's why, again, I'm not going to put it all on him. But I do want to be candid that it's like we both swiped on each other. That's how we're even talking because there was obviously some kind of interest. However, him not talking to me first, we'll hold that because I do think that, like, if a man isn't hitting you up first and driving the combo at this point, I do hold that, like, that means there's no interest. I'm not only trying to fuck with dudes just to put that out there for my queer peoples. But unfortunately, I feel like a lot of femmes are busy these days. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Like, I feel like it's like, I feel like the femmes that swipe on me be married. And I'm not, I'm not against fuck with the married folk, but a lot of them be like, oh, I'm just looking for someone to flirt with. I'm married. And it's like, How is that supposed to be fulfilling? I don't know, bitch. Like maybe if somebody else was married, they'll like that shit. I don't know, but it's like, what is the point of this? Um, I'm crying. It's not. It's what the pussy wants right now. Honestly, I want to meet a femme. I don't want to keep fucking with these cis men, but I do want my back blown out. So that's where I'm at. And also, I feel like a lot of the lesbians that are hitting me up are white, and they look nice. They look nice. I don't think I convinced you. I don't believe I was convincing in this moment, but I don't know. Like, yeah. The white lesbians are kind. They're kind. They're kind. Body language all tight, like, woo, we're in the age of Aquarius like shit, bitch. Can't even lie about these hoes. Oh, I appreciate that, Akasha. Oh, Driving Madness, bitch, tell me more. Cause, I feel like today is just not a good day. A lot of my friends are hitting me up about wayward men, so that's why I'm also chiming in with my shit, cause, bitch, they're everywhere. But yeah, at some point, okay, so I call him and bitch, I'm gonna be real with you. It was also a little bit of dickmatization. No, I didn't see the dick, but I feel like I felt the dick's energy. I was drinking Bombay. Anyways, the voice, I hate it. I hate it for me because he sounded so fine. But at some point, bitch, like, ooh, I can't even tell you the whole story because it would just be ridiculous. It would just be too many. But we got into an argument because he had said something about beating his kids, and I literally was like, "Oh, you be abusing your kids? That's crazy." I was like, "If I ever saw you abuse your kids, I would beat your ass." So he was like, "You will go to jail." I was like, "I probably wouldn't, because I would tell the police that you're beating those kids." And he was just like, "Discipline and abuse are different," and I'm like, "They're not." And so we just kept on talking, kept on talking, kept on talking, and he's mad. But I'm just like really trying to get him to understand, like, you're beating these kids, like you're not disciplining them. And then he told me a crazy story, bitch, that I'm gonna tell you because it's just wild. I don't wanna hold this alone. I'm sorry. Sorry. It's like the ring, bitch. I didn't want to hear this. But he told me that he was doing something with some electrical wires. And he said that when he plugged it into the wall or something, he became electrocuted. And he said had his father not beat him with a belt in that moment, he would have died. He said if my dad would have touched me, we would have both died. So all my dad could do was take his belt and beat me away from the electricity. Bitch, 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 bitch. He said his daddy's belt saved his life. You can't do nothing with that. They already feel how they feel. So, it's over. Yeah, big time. Real big time. Yeah, he was really trying to say it's not abuse, it's discipline. And he's like, I don't beat them when I'm mad. I was like, that's even crazier. You be laughing and smiling and be having a good time beating them? That's crazy. Like, what emotion be behind the belt really don't matter, but okay. Like, yeah, it's really sad, bitch. Again, it's just really distressing. But again, like I said, I was like, I just feel like you talk to a man for the fucking 15 20 minutes, bitch, and you already find out way too much, and you could never trust your life around these motherfuckers. Like, just never trust your life. But yeah, no, at some point, bitch, again, I was drunk as hell, just letting this motherfucker just air it out. Cause again, I'm just shocked. Slightly, at how much he's willing to say to me, a fucking whole stranger that he don't know. And at some point, I'm asking him because he pops out talking about he got kids. He do not have kids on the profile, which I find very fascinating. Cause like these men will swipe on you with no info on their profile. I'm gonna be real again. He was looking fine, bitch. I was swiping because he was looking sexy, bitch. I wasn't swiping because I thought I was gonna be real. I was like, but again, I wanted to throw up by the end because I'm just like, bitch, not you be beating on your kids. And then he also said some shit about the baby mom. He's like, my baby mamas, they don't get along. They don't need to get along. I'm like, that's crazy. I'm like, whoever you fuck with next should probably get along with you and all of them and everybody. Like, you have stepkids, you got kids. Babe, and you're not even in the same state, and you over here talking shit about these women. Like, I really dragged shit out of his ass. I'm not saying I was just sitting there laughing and just being like, what you're saying is acceptable, but it was very awkward because he was saying things that didn't make no sense to me, and I was telling him it didn't make no sense, and then he would say something else that didn't make no sense, and so it was just the whole time I'm dragging him. And at some point, I asked him for a dick pic again, bitch. I know I'm crazy for that. I know this don't even add up. I promise you, it shouldn't add up, bitch. Just be disgusted. So I asked him for a dick pic, and as soon as he sent it to me, bitch, I blocked his ass because, bitch, honestly, I was just like, that's crazy. Like, this combo really went from A to motherfucking Z, and he really at the end still thought I would want to fuck him. Even though I told him I would never fuck with somebody who beats their kids. Like, I kept telling him things I don't fuck with. And he kept making it, he kept just being delusional. So, anyways, so I deleted him after that, bitch. Tell me why he deleted his whole account, bitch. Because I went on my burner to just, just be messy, bitch. Again, I was drinking the Bombay, bitch. And so I go on the burner, bitch. The whole account gone, bitch. I was dead. Um. Mm, yes, Akasha, bring it up. I feel like we should always bring it up. What up, Shed? I just feel like there's nothing wrong with bringing up things that are happening that are harming us, especially in real time. But I also feel like a lot of these men that are reaching out to me, like, mm, it's just weird. It's just weird. Like, because when you think about it, like, I'm mostly talking about the BLK app, and I feel like that's the only place to match with like non-white people, because like all the apps, like, bitch, I'm just swiping through white people all day. Like, it's the only app where there's not just white people. And I feel the same about Field, FEELD. That's another space that has some people of color on there, but I'm gonna be real. A lot of my swipes on Field have been very white identifying, bitch. Even if they were people of color, it was very much like I'm looking for a white person. Um, bitch, get sidebar though. That dude I was just telling y'all about, he tried to tell me because I clocked that he was being very like, I don't want to say, some people like they have a rejection fetish, and I feel like the girls who get it, but like some people, like, even though they swiped on you, even though they messaged you, they'll still be trying to make you work hard to connect with them, and it's very bizarre. And I felt like that was what was happening, and I was naming it, and he tried to tell me I need to fucking get help, and tried to tell me I was fucking crazy, and I was like, what the fuck? I was like, that's really wild of you. And then he's like, well, I'm a therapist. This man, bitch, again, this is why I stayed on the phone for so long, because I was like, you are terrifying. I'm drunk, but also I'm talking to a monster. Like, this man literally started the convo naming that he was a therapist, obviously to gain domination, control over the conversation, to make it seem like, well, he's studied the mind. Well, he studied people's brains, and my brain is fucked up. And I'm literally like, wow. I was like, between me and you, whatever happened, like, whatever has happened, the many things. I was like, I mean, no judgment, but you don't deserve that. You didn't deserve it. I don't know what's going on all the way, but I just feel a lack of care and support. So I just want to say, do your thing. Um, and then again, from there, he was like gaslighting me about being a therapist. Then when we're on the phone, I was like, you're not really a therapist, right? He was like, no, but I'm like a hood therapist. I be talking to my partners. I'm like, wow. I'm like, you really lied about being a therapist? I'm like, that is wild as hell. Right. Not balls be blue. Bitch, I'm telling you though, like motherfuckers talking about their fucking therapists and they're not. And then at some point, he's talking about he's seen a lot of things and that's why he's saying a therapist. I'm like, oh my god, like what a wild, wild ride. Like I said, bitch, I was drinking the Bombay and this man was just being a fool. And it was hilarious to me. But he was from Mississippi, bitch. And I feel like I hate to say this, but I really love to say this. I am a sip for a southern accent. Let you be from the motherfucking, let you be below the Mason Dixon. You can say a lot of shit to me, bitch. You can say a lot of shit to me. Not to say this man wasn't a monster. Not to say this man wasn't a monster. But the voice, I was like, damn, you are demonic. That sucks. Damn. And my friend roasted me because it said on his profile, it said, if you want to chill with a country boy, fuck with me or some shit. And my friend was like, country boy, I love you. And I was like, I do though. Like, I really am. Wow. What a wild ride. I know. I know. But yeah, I love a southern accent. If you have a southern accent, I will already like you. Like, honestly, I feel like I'm an accent person in general, but southern accent though. Mm. It's delicious. It's real tasty. But yeah, no, that was a demonic man that I talked to. I'm glad that he doesn't exist anymore in my life. But that was literally like, I didn't know him at all. We talked like literally for like maybe an hour. Maybe an hour. Um, I mean, I feel like for some of us, it's like beyond therapy. Like, we need a new world. And I feel like that's maybe also part of it. Is like, like someone sitting there hearing you is helpful. I think we all know that like someone just hearing what we're saying, someone letting us pour the contents of our minds out in real time, like that is important. Like honestly, coming here, random stream of consciousness, that shit feels good to me. Do I feel like I would benefit from therapy? Absolutely. Like but asterisk, a decolonizing therapist, a therapist that believes in decolonizing, and also sidebar, fuck, I need to charge this phone. Okay, so this person's name is Matu Gwendolyn. They are offering free therapy, but they do hope to receive donations. So if y'all wanted to check them out, I know that they are a deep dark skinned black person. So this is honestly an offering for black folks, but I'm not sure if they're taking non black people. They probably are because honestly, they need to pay these goddamn bills. And I feel like, when you be on some, I don't say all lives matter shit, but when you be like not discriminating, it do be helping. But I do want to be candid that if you're a non-black person, come through with the coin, baby. I've never tried Badoo. I've heard about Badoo. I was more of an Omegle bitch, but I found out Omegle was canceled last year. Isn't that so sad, you guys? Damn, where are we gonna go to see random dicks now? Where are we going to go? I miss Omegle already. I had so much fun. I also wanted to say something else. I'm trying to remember. I had a whole docket full of things to say. Yeah. Omegle is. Yo, this is like the sidebar of life. I tried this weed strain recently and it was so fucking delicious. It was called Bomb Pop and it literally tasted like fucking Bomb Pops. It literally tasted like when you eat a Bomb Pop, like the red, white, and blue popsicle. It tasted like all of the flavors. I know that sounds crazy, but it was so tasty. I've been trying to look for it, bitch. I'm trying to put it on the next menu. Don't worry, bitch. But yeah, it was that girl, and she was so juicy, like so wet that there was like resin all over the bag. Like the bag literally, I had to scratch the shit off the bag. Real crazy. But yeah, just to reiterate, that person that was offering free therapy sessions, their name is Ismatu, Ismatu Gwendolyn. I want to say there's a period between Ismatu and Gwendolyn. I also want to say for black women that are here, in particular, the Loveland Foundation. I want to say that's a .org. They are a nonprofit that provides therapy vouchers for Black women. Please feel free to go there and sign up. I know that they've been getting donations from a lot of people. I only know about them because like randomly like someone was saying that like Meghan Markle was cool with them because she donated to the Loveland Foundation, and when I looked into it, I was like, I can hold that people are happy about this offering, but it exists for anybody who was looking for them. And also with that, with that said, the therapy voucher that you could get from there, you could probably use with Ismatu Gwendolyn. So that might be really cute to be able to shift money from the state, or not the state, but from a nonprofit, rich people primarily, and putting it into a Black woman's hands directly. Also, another thing on the docket. Okay, so this is like really random, but a friend of mine and I were talking, and they're in the UK, and we were talking about clothing, and I have a pair of corduroys that I'm actually wearing right now that are so comfortable, so cozy, but they're way too big for me. And as a fat person, I usually don't have clothes that are too big, but when they are, I feel the desire to like take them in or like do some alterations. And honestly, I don't want to do that because now that I've been like, I don't want to say actively losing weight, but I have been working on strength training. So, like, naturally, like, the fat to muscle ratio is shifting. So, while I'm not losing weight, I'm losing fat. And, like, I can feel it in the way my clothes are fitting. Hey, baby, hope you're doing well. But with that being said, uh, this, this pair of corduroys are like so cozy, but like they don't fit. And like I would have to get a belt, and I'm not a belt person. I've never been a belt person. I feel like belts are just not for my body shape. Some people could do a belt. I can't do a belt. It's just not realistic for me. So with that being said, I was telling them how like I don't want to alter these corduroys because I feel like there's probably someone who is fat, who is maybe taller, who could use a pair of like, because they're stretchy too. They're stretchy corduroys, but I feel like when I picked them out, I was just thinking about how I love jewel tone, how I'm trying to stop wearing as much black because like wearing black is great, like it's easy, but I feel like color is a little harder. Like the color is a little bit harder. And then you also, if once you get one kind of green, you got to try to find the, if you're trying to do a match, whatever the fuck. Anyways, what I'm trying to offer is that like me and my friend were talking about a buy nothing fat swap where like, between America and the UK, we'd be able to find a way to kind of get things to people. And like she was, naming that she has a bunch of things for herself that she was gonna take to a place that was gonna just sell her stuff. And I'm like, yeah, but like instead of that, like you could maybe barter with someone who maybe has some stuff that you would like. Like I just feel like I see a lot of like buy nothing groups, and also that's another thing too. Buy nothing. Hey, I love to hear that. But I hear about buy nothing a lot. I don't know if anybody fucks with buy nothing. But if you type in buy nothing in your city, or the major city in your town, or the major city in your state that you're living close to, there's organizations, or not organizations, there's just groups already organized where people are bartering, are doing trades, are just offering things for free. And the whole point of the buy nothing is so that, people can kind of trade for what they need. And so actually today I'm going to go on there and post about how my friend is looking to get some sawdust for their compost pile that they just started. And so I'm going to make a request, and someone might, hit me up and be like, I have some sawdust, but I'm looking for this or that. Or they may just have the sawdust and just want to give it to me. And so I've been thinking about that in terms of like a plus size clothing thing, because I feel like I've never really seen a buy nothing group focus on fat people. And I feel like as a fat person, I feel like I wear my clothes down to the end. And I feel like there are a lot of fat people who have a shopping addiction, which I can understand because I feel like early in my online shoppingness, I definitely had a shopping addiction and would have a lot of things that I didn't fucking need, but I would want to go shopping. I would want to get something new. So, because of that knowledge, I know that like there are some fat femmes that have things that they've been hoarding, saving, got from somebody else fat, lost weight, gained weight. Like it's just a way to be helpful to all fat people who are looking to maybe get rid of some clothes, but also I mean, that's another thing too, is like I feel like it could also be a space that like allows people to have like community. Because I know as a fat person, like I've been really wanting to dress more like a fairy, like really bad. And maybe there will be somebody in there who wants to share, you know? Not your regs. I'm dead. I mean, we do want to have a quality standard because, like, again, like, I feel like when you're a fat person, like, people will really give you some ugly ass clothes. Like, very, very easily. Like, they'll easily give you something really ugly, or something just like with no shape. And like, I'm not saying that nobody wants that. But I do think that like if someone like sent us something like kind of like I don't want to say ugly, but maybe just like something more. How do I say this? Because when I'm thinking of in my head, I'm thinking of like those collared shirts. If anybody knows what I'm talking about, like very like Paula Deen for like the chesty girls. Because I feel like the chesty big belly girls, they a lot of times rely on like a really big shirt, and so I'm feeling like those might hit for somebody, but also like people can judge those and make those cuter. Like I feel like in my mind, I'm like you could totally add like some applique or like some lace detailing or something to the collar. You could totally change the buttons. You can maybe cut it into like a waist length vest kind of thing and have it as like a three-piece option with like a bigger billowy, like I'm thinking like a romantic cut. And then you know what I mean? I don't know, bitch, but I'm interested in fantasy clothing, so that's why I'm thinking about it too. Cause like, I mean, I feel like this wouldn't be considered super fantasy, but when I put this together, my thought process was like, I just feel like I'm in, and this is gonna sound how it sounds, but I feel like in this house, like I'm trying to obviously get my life, start over, a rebirth. But also in the meantime, bitch, I'm hungry. I need to cook. I need to do laundry. Like, there's a lot of things that I need to do for me. And then there's things that I'm taking on because, I'm living with two people who are like, they're busy. Like, they are busy. And like, I love that because it allows me to kind of, it's like I love living with people that have their own lives because I really am a homebody. I love being in the crib for a homeless bitch, believe it or not. I like to be in the crib. So, with that being said, I prefer, um, I kind of get my own life in the house in a way that they don't. Not saying that they don't get it, but you know what I'm saying? Like, they kind of get to live in the house in their way. And then when they leave, I live it in my way. Like, tonight, they're going on a date, and I'm so excited because I'm going to take a trip. My plan is to just do 2 grams. I'm actually waiting to feel hungry because I did eat a pork chop. I know I've said you should not eat meat on the day that you trip. I know I said that, but one thing about me, bitch, if there's a pork chop, I'm gonna eat it. So, just one thing about me. Um, I appreciate. I love the prairie too. I love the prairie. Old cotton sheets for bandanas. Exactly. Somebody had told me that they had a bunch of bedding, and it's like there's a lot of fat people who have like maybe one sheet to one blanket. Like I'm thinking of shit like that. Like I feel like it doesn't necessarily have to be like people who have things are always like shifting things to people who don't, but that's honestly the desire as well. Because my thought process is I want it to be buy nothing, but I also want it to be a barter system as well, to where if somebody wants to donate something to the collective, like, and just have it just be given freely, we love that. But there's gonna be moments where somebody fat might be like, hey, like, I might, like, cause I just envision like a richer fat person being like, I have gift cards to Torrid. And being like, who trying to flip? You know what I mean? Who trying to give me some money for this? I could see that happening. And so that's what I'm trying to offer is like a space for fat people to be candid about things that they have that maybe only another fat person would appreciate. Like somebody fat would really maybe pay $250 for a $500 Torrid gift card. I personally would not, but there's somebody out there who may. And so for the person that's giving the gift card, in their mind, they're like, "Bitch, I didn't want that shit. I wanted 250." So I'm trying to think about it like that, like just a space for fat people to just do some kind of commerce. Because again, there may be people who have recommendations for sleep apnea machines. Like I'm just trying to think about it like that, like beyond what it could be on its face, because a lot of spaces be turning into shit. You know, spaces that are for one thing be morphing, and you really never know. And I feel like if you get a bunch of marginalized people together, shit goes very quickly. Like you really don't know what it's gonna turn into in terms of like other people getting ideas, because maybe from that group, people start breaking it down by city, people start breaking it down by state, and then people start having meetings and shit. That's what I'm also thinking. Like, people start having a way to connect with other fat people who, yeah. What up? Oh, also, hello, Powerpuff. I'm glad that you made it to the live. Thank you so much for coming through. Oh, hell yeah. I love to hear that. I love to hear that. Right, 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 right. Well, I'm glad to hear that there's so much support for it. Because as I said, I was talking to my friend from the United Kingdom, and they had a bunch of stuff to donate, and I was like, pause, because there might be some girlies in the UK who could probably use those things, or maybe it could be a moment to do some networking, because there are a lot of fat people that I know that are just feeling isolated, and I feel like unfortunately because like we just live in such a fat phobic world, I feel like this is I'm gonna get back to it, but me and my friend were talking, and she was saying that she was talking to this black man. Trigger warning for misogynoir and anti-blackness, just for anybody who's like, I ain't trying to hear it today. Um, but my friend was telling me that there was a convo she was having with a black man who, like, and it's so bizarre because like I don't hate my brain for this, but I'm just thinking of so many other things that I saw that give context to this convo. But he was basically just like saying a bunch of like anti-black things, and she was like still in a mindset where, like, before he had done that, like he was seemingly like someone that was like loving, kind, empathetic, and for him to pop out and just start saying things about black women and saying things that were, you know, like it was just very much rooted in like uplifting like non-black women. And she had said to me, what's the point of him saying that like black women are this much desirable or this much? And in my mind, I'm just like, I'm trying to obviously like be there with her and be present with her. But it really had me sitting with that question as well. Like, what is the point of saying that? And then me and her started really, really, really analyzing like the point of certain statements and like certain things people say to like gain power or to like make things appear certain ways. And then we started talking about how, a lot of like black folks, from what I've noticed, they meet each other in at functions, at events. I'm not saying that like no black people meet online, but for there to be a black man telling this black woman that like she's the most underswiped on demographic, I'm just sitting there like holding with her that like, the ways that people gather information around black people is a lot of times racist. Not to mention, if you go on the internet right now, what up, Amira? Oh, babe, I'm so happy to see you. You've been hitting the comments so hard. Honestly, just know I love you. Just know I appreciate you for just taking the time to say what you say. And you had me gagging too. You had me laughing as well. I'm glad that I made you laugh. But yeah, basically, like, we were having this conversation where, like, in the end, our consensus was that, like, a lot of, like, white people or white establishments or just, like, anti black spaces will make some mention about such and such people being undesirable, but then you have to hold like who they're sampling, like who they're asking, where this info is coming from, who this information is supposed to uplift. It's like it like again, she's like, what's the point of saying that black women are undesirable in a particular way? I'm like, to make other people seem desirable. Like, it's I'm not saying that I just know that. I'm just like, that's the only thing that it could be for, to uplift how much more desirable other people are. Meanwhile, how the fuck you got to that conclusion is something we never hear about. And she's sitting there like, yeah, that's really true. Like, they're never saying, like, we talked to this many black people. We talked to this many. Like, there's no, it's just a thing that they're saying based on the numbers that, again, are skewed because it's mostly white people on there. Like, if you're telling me that mostly white people go to Denny's, I mean, I'm sure somebody black go to Denny's, but if mostly white people is going there, I can understand why you would think that it's mostly white people. I can understand why somebody would say that that mostly something is happening at like something like that. Like if you're telling me that like mostly white people watch Fox News, okay, like I can see how you got there. I can see how you got there. But when you're talking about who's swiping on who on social media, I just refuse to hold, or I refuse to believe that the sampling that they're doing is congruent because again, there's so many more white people on online dating. So it's one of those things where it's like if you're looking at a group of people and it's already a situation where white people are in abundance there, all you could ever say about people who are not there is that they're not getting swiped on. But to say that they're most least desirable, then you actually have to do some work. And they're not doing that work. What they're doing is looking at an aggregate of like how many people they have, period, and saying, oh wow, majority of the people are white. They're not saying that part, but they're saying, wow, most of the people that get swiped on are white women and Asian women. But they're not considering how the fuck they came to that number based on what the fuck limited information they have. I know I'm talking a long time about this, but what I'm basically trying to offer is sometimes people just be saying shit and corporations just be uplifting shit just to make you think a certain way, not because they have the information. And that in the age of Aquarius is very important to remember that people say things for all types of reasons. But when people make value judgments, when people try to, yes, technological anti-blackness, go in. But when people make statements, like certain statements people make, like they're trying to create a hierarchy. Like I was telling you, that man telling me he was a therapist. What's the point of lying about being a therapist? What's the point about saying that in a conversation where you're not making a good arguments for yourself? What's the function of that? And so I just want us to consider like why people say certain things, why certain companies align with certain messages, because they're trying to position themselves a particular way. And again, like me and my friend were talking, and she was like, I want to stop saying crazy. And we were talking about how there's so many words to use. Like we can say wayward, we can say precarious. I was telling her, I was like, if I'm talking to a man and I don't really want him to know that I know that he's like a monster, I'll be like, oh, that's fascinating. How interesting. Because again, if I say you're being wild, I might be in danger. And she was acknowledging that, like, how you not necessarily dismiss people's thoughts or just how you receive them can be very important. So, for anybody out there trying to figure out ways to just mitigate using certain words, I got you. Like, we can figure it out together. But yeah, no, the BLK app has its own issues. Like, I'm not trying to make it seem like the BLK app is the best app. I'm not. I'm not. I don't think there's any good app. They're all bad. And when I say they're all bad, I just mean they're all trying to monetize desire. It's like there's times where I'll be swiping and it'll be like, give us money if you want to see more people. And I'm like, I'm going to just go do something else. But the fact that somebody might pay you to see somebody on here it's mind blowing, to be honest. Like, can you imagine paying? Like, I just feel like most of us here have gone on a dating site. Like, can you imagine giving them some money, girl? And I'm not trying to shame nobody who did. I've unlocked unlimited swipes a few times. I'm not gonna lie, bitch. Okay, because there was a couple times where I wanted to swipe on somebody kind of bad, but I feel like that $3.99 unlimited swipe don't count. I'm not really paying them for real. I just wanted to get my swipe because I don't want to miss out on it. It don't matter, bitch. Like I said, when I pay more than $3.99 to unlock the unlimited swipe, no, no. That's why I'm not trying to be. I'm not trying to give y'all too much. The people that I'm talking to know who I'm talking to. Yo. No, you haven't been slacking. You have not been slacking. You've been readjusting your priorities around language. All right? Just think of there's other ways to frame shit, you know? Like fuck shame. Like you've been trying to, find new ways to communicate your complex emotions in a way that allows people to receive them perhaps in a way that doesn't perhaps feel so diminishing perhaps to their perspectives and how they feel. Yeah. Nah, the matches on BLK app are cute, but the homophobia. Like the matches on BLK be so cute, and then I be looking at their profile. I'm like, oh, you hate trans people. That sucks. And a lot of men be on there being like, I ain't gay, blah, blah. Oh, thank you so much. Yes, I was going for peasant core today. I was really going for, the bitch that's really a princess and you don't really know, like, she don't really know, but, like, you could tell by the story, like, she's the princess. You know what I mean? That was my vibe. I was, like, humming and singing. I was looking up at the sky at the birds. I was like, hey, birds. I was trying to channel my inner Halle Bailey. Um, I appreciate. Thank you so much for just noticing me. That was really the vibe. I was like, do you notice that girl? She's a princess. She's a princess. Even as she scoops this cat litter. I don't know. I'm a big fan of dressing up to do some fucking menial labor. Like, I literally will do my makeup to, like, take out the trash. I don't care. A sports team worth of matches to interrogate. Okay. Not miss me with the homophobia. Yeah, bitch. I was giving like my mom might become a bear. She might. She might. I don't have a good Irish accent or Scottish accent or whatever white she is. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry about that. I think it's Irish. Bitch, sidebar. I really like I don't stan any celebrities. But I really stand Haley Berry. Haley, bitch. And I said to myself, nobody's ever gonna say Haley Berry. But me. Me. Um I cannot. I cannot. I cannot. Oh my god, I can't. It's not possible. Like I can't fix my lips to do it. Cause you know what I want to do? Like all I'm thinking is bangers and mash, and I know that that's not it. I know that's not it. That's a old English man. I can't. I don't got my Irish man bag. Um, Hallie is a star. Like I really like honestly, I feel like I'm low key obsessed with her and DDG. Like I feel like I've been watching their videos. I feel so silly about it, but I'm just like they look so happy. Like honestly, they look just so happy. 30 somethings are single and why? I mean, 30s is definitely a time of retrospection and introspection. At least for me. Like, I've really been thinking about my 20s a lot and, like, things that I did, people I loved. And I feel like 30s, in my opinion, you take your time a little bit differently. Like, your time, you take your time a little bit seriously in a different way. I'm crying. I have not seen the Patti LaBelle. That's so funny. Listen, I don't know DDG like that. I do not know him like that. I'm not a big fan of him or nothing, but I just love the content they make together. And I really hope it works out. That's all I'm gonna say. I really hope it works out. Right. They're adorable. I like honestly, I just feel like it's more Hallie than him. But I feel like that's the thing, bitch. And I wonder like I don't wanna be fucked up when I say this, but I'm like, damn, I wonder if I'm watching another Beyonce Jay-Z and I can't see it yet. You know what I mean? And I don't mean that to be shitty. I just mean that like when Beyonce and Jay-Z first got together, there was no like social media and also the age difference. Bitch, yeah, yes, his name is Daryl. And from what I heard, they're having a good time. Yes. Yes. Akasha, say that. I say that. I just feel like you take care of yourself differently in 30s. At least that's what I've noticed. Like you just prioritize. At least, and I don't want to put that on every 30s cuz not every 30s is the same. I don't know what other 30s is doing, but I know for me, I'm just trying to prioritize my time and my peace. I'm also trying to prioritize making a cookie, making a snack, having a sweet treat. That could also be the fat bitch in me. But I'm just really not, I'm not skipping dessert. I'm not skipping no drink. If it's one thing I'm gonna have, it's a drink. If it's one thing I'm gonna have, is a pork chop. I'm gonna have me a donut. Baby, do you realize we don't know when we're gonna leave here, and people be really restricting the pleasure in their life, bitch? Woo, that's what 30s is to me. It's reminding myself I don't have to skip pleasure, that I can have it now. And sure, there's some things that we have to work on. There's some, delayed gratification. Sure, sure. But in the moments in between, bitch, I'm trying to have fun. I'm trying to enjoy myself. And, you know, I'm not trying to punish myself or nobody else while I'm here. Really. Like, I want to be loving as much as I can. If I can't love you, then I got to get away from you. And that's that on that. Like, I'm getting real clear about what the fuck my boundaries are every day. And I'm excited that I'm getting to that point in life. I'm grateful that I've had a long enough life to see the ways that I don't want to be no more. I'm grateful to have learned as much as I've learned. And I'm eager to keep my heart and my mind open on more. Um, but yeah, for the most part, I'm just trying my best to just be the best version of myself. But when you're in your 30s, it's harder to be in relationships because there's a lot of things you're not willing to sacrifice just to be with somebody. And I think a lot of people don't want to talk about that, but there are a lot of people, especially now with today's financial climate, it's a lot of people relying on their family to care for them. And so even getting into a relationship may mean losing out on some kind of stability. And I've seen it happen to a lot of people where they get into a relationship and now they don't have access to their mother, their father, money, resources, whatever the case may be, because their family was, waiting for them to find someone to take care of them. So I see a lot of layers in why people are single. Like I've known a lot of people who chose to be single, and because of that, they were rewarded by their parents. Now, whether or not y'all see it as a reward, it'll be different every time. I know some people, if their parent bought them a house, it would be a good thing. I know some people though, if their parents bought them a house, it would be kind of scary because they're like, "Bitch, how you know I want to live here?" Yes, the 30s club. It's cute out here. I love being in my 30s. Like I just feel like I'm grateful that I get to just not be a aggy ass 30s, man. Cause I feel like I be meeting some fucking elders, 40s and 50s, and they just be so sometimesy. It's like, oh nah, we not about to be like you. We not about to be like, not my cosign backwards. Yeah, it's not. But no, we're not about to be like our elders, and I don't mean that with no disrespect, unless they were disrespectful elders, and that's what I'm talking about is the disrespectful elders, and just the boring elders and the annoying elders, and then also, me and my friend were talking today about how I'm like, bitch, if you could see TikToks of your granny, or like if you could see the TikToks we're seeing today when you was a kid, do you know how wild like we would be acting? Like I just feel like the fourth wall is broken. A lot of these kids can see what happens to certain people doing certain things. It's very much like I've just noticed younger people actively studying people who are rich is very fascinating. But I don't know if y'all are seeing it like I'm seeing it, but I'm seeing people studying people that have access to wealth, financial freedom, internet clout. And it's like, man, like, don't get me wrong, some of this shit is very formulaic. Some of this shit very obviously formulaic. Like, yo, there's this one, and I'm not trying to cause drama or be weird, but there's this one light skinned couple that I follow, and I'm gonna call them a light skinned couple because I feel like there's a certain type of us light skinned people that like Just, again, not even a certain type. There's literally a formula where two light skinned people will get together and just be making content online, and it's not even good content. This is not to diminish these people content, but this is just to say that the content is very basic, but because these are just very thin light skinned people, people are like, oh my god, we're watching something. And like, I'm gonna say who they are because again, I'm not trying to drag them. I'm just saying that I was watching their content and I shared it with a couple people, and they were like, what am I even watching? I'm like, exactly, like it's nothing, but it seems like something. And so that's why I'm also trying to offer that, like, some people see people on social media and think that they're doing something, that's why they have followers, and it's like, no, they just have privilege, and they're so privileged that, and they're privileged, and they also don't take on any labor while they're privileged. And so it's easier to watch their content because all they're talking about is being privileged. All they're sharing with you is their privileged position in life. What is going to turn you off about seeing that? And like, again, I just want people to consider that sometimes you're just watching rich people like living a life that I'm not saying we all shouldn't have. I'm saying that like there's just so many layers to why we watch certain content. But they're called the Scots. Again, I don't hate on this family. I think they're very cute. But at some point, it's like, okay, the wife is gonna traumatize the husband, and the husband's gonna do a silly laugh, and then the camera cuts. And they do that shit every day. And like sometimes there'll be cooking content, sometimes there'll be a beauty content, sometimes it'll be a restocking content. But it's kind of just like, all right. Again, I know people like this content. I'm not talking shit about them because I hate these people. I'm just saying, like, at some point, it's like, damn, all you gotta do is just be wearing matching pajamas and jump in front of the camera and be goofy. And that's all it takes. And I say that as a light skinned person who literally just sits on the camera and be talking. I'm not trying to give myself too much. Like, there are people creating amazing content. In fact, while I'm here with my charged phone, let me not, because there's just so many people I follow that I'm obsessed with, and I want to put them on. Because again, I love sitting here and chatting with you. It is so fun, but also I also have just so many people that I follow that I'm like, thank you for existing. And not everybody has big followings. Not everybody has a lot of people that fuck with them. Okay, so ooh, bitch. Hold on, cause this ain't even my motherfucking main account, bitch. It's my motherfucking. This my Finsta. It's my Finsta YouTube. You know, so I can watch shit that I don't want. I don't want to pop back up on my main shit. You know what I mean? I ain't trying to see it all. Ooh, okay. This is a channel that I feel like not everybody is going to like really care for, but I want to preface it by saying this: if you have ever seen Amira, I appreciate you for saying that. I appreciate you for saying that. Um, Mob wife aesthetic. Can you go more into that, Victor? Because I didn't even know that the mob wife aesthetic was even going on. I didn't even know the mob wives was making a revival. So I'd love to hear more. But yeah, as I was saying, this person, their name is Gem Reloaded, GEMRELOADED. Yeah, Gem Reloaded. What I appreciate about their channel, and I'm about to out myself, bitch. I'm about to out myself. Damn, I wish I had some shades. I wish I had some shades. Wish I had a mask. Okay. I fell into a Trisha Paytas wormhole for about 2 years. I was not obsessed with her, but I was like, how is there this much tea? It was so bizarre. And this was when she started fucking with Jason. Okay? So I was there for the Jason Chronicles, and then I started being there for the Moses, but the Moses, I just was like, girl, what's going on? I stayed as long as the frenemies shit lasted. I feel like after frenemies, I was really done with the shenanigans because I knew she was gonna shenan again. You know what I mean? Listen. I see that she's getting a good edit now. She's trying to fucking rebrand and shit. Like I see her. No, definitely drag me. Yes, L. Thank you for coming out the woodworks. Thank you, thank you. Yes, she does. She does. I believe she's pregnant with a second child, which is wild as hell. Listen, I don't want to spend too much time talking about Trisha Paytas because I want to put her out here right now. Did I enjoy her content? No. But was I fascinated by just such a wild white lady? Yes. Yes, I was. Then I started getting into the subreddit called Trishyland. It got banned because there was just so much tea about this bitch being a weirdo that like Trisha literally got it taken down for bullying, which is fascinating. I'm not gonna say there wasn't being bullies on there. I'm not gonna say that you couldn't say that. I'm not gonna say that. I feel like I don't know. It's like, was I on there because they were bullying her? No. I was on there because people were uplifting things that, like, again, I don't know her from a can of paint. I found out about her because she started dating this old man in David Dobrik's crew. I did not know David Dobrik. I did see some of his content. It didn't really give me anything. Again, like at some point, you're just like, oh, I'm watching a rich white person be rich and white. Okay, all right, cool. You know, but it's not that interesting. On top of that, I feel like there was just a lot of layers. I mean, I don't think Trisha Paytas is. I don't even know what to say about the girl because again, it's just so much that could be said. I don't want to talk about her for too long, but I want to say that I'm not even sure how the fuck we got up over here, but I was basically just trying to reveal that like I was invested a little bit to the point where I was on the subreddit, and when I got into the subreddit, oh shit, yes, the Aaron Carter bitch, rest in peace. That shit was crazy as hell. A TikTok battle, I had no fucking idea. I definitely want to hear more though. If you care, if you care. But no, I was invested in the Trisha Paytas shit. I'm trying to remember. I'm trying to figure out how the fuck I got up over here because there's something else I want to tell you about the Trisha Paytas shit. But basically, I started watching the Trisha Paytas just saga unfold. I was never watching her when she was like making content on her own. I only found out about her when she was dating this old man named Jason Nash, and then yeah, no, Trisha has a whole daughter. And yeah, I don't know. I was just so disturbed. And as I said, the original subreddit was called Trishyland, and it was babe, babe. Mm, just some of the things, cause it's like I feel like like was I hate watching? Uh, I don't know. I feel like what's the difference? I feel like there's a hate watch when you're like watching and you're just like, I hate this bitch. Like I was watching and I was just like, I was shocked. What is that called? When you're shocked. Yeah. I don't know, man. Exactly, hell. Like I never was mad about what I saw. Yes, there were fucked up and shady things that she's done, and I think those are disgusting. However, I feel like I never was watching and like gaining anything. I would just be laughing because I'd be like, I just feel like again, like I just feel like if you know anything about her, if you know nothing, great. Because again, I feel like she's very much it's an iceberg. It's like once you pull a thread, you're pulling the entire like Emperor's New Clothes. Like it's like whoa, like what are we actually watching? And so it's just many layers, and so I'm not gonna talk about her very much longer. I feel like I've been dragging it, but I was on the subreddit or whatever, and they were talking about Trisha got her old subreddit deleted, and now there's a new one called Trishy Land Reunion, which I'd be in there looking around. Exactly, Alexandria, exactly. But she has a Reddit called like Trish podcast or Just Trish podcast Reddit, and I don't know, babes, it's very strange, like how people are trying to receive her, but at the same time, um, yeah, I don't know. I just feel like there was just a moment there for me where I was just like so again disturbed, and I want to always root for anybody fat. Like if I see somebody fat, I want to be like sister, but not her, not her. With that being said, though, this is under. Oh, bitch, that's why I brought up fucking Trisha. Fucking, I wish, I wish my brain. This is why I even brought up fucking Trisha. Gem Reloaded, GEM Reloaded. I'm so sorry, bitch. This is a content creator who was breaking down like the behind the scenes of things happening with Trisha. And I could tell that they were like a Black Caribbean person, and I just love the way Black Caribbean people just communicate. Like I'm here. I'm just so here. Especially like I feel like when I say Black Caribbean, I mean like a African. Excuse me. What I mean is like a Caribbean person living in America, if that makes sense. First gen. I can tell they were first gen. And so it was just funny like hearing them like communicate about Trisha because it's like it's a white creator, right? So like a lot of times if I watch a white person and there's commentary about them, it's gonna be white commentary and it'd be boring. So I appreciated Jem because if you are still confused about what's going on with Trisha, she really be keeping up with the girls, and I feel like she really was like even from Jason time is when she clocked in, and she actually the way that she be breaking down what Trisha was doing and up to. Ooh, baby, I'm telling you, this is a channel to check out. Again, only if you are comfortable with going down a rabbit hole, the Trisha Paytas rabbit hole. If you're not, don't do it. If you're not, don't do it. This next person, they're an Instagram creator. I want to tell you that this is one of the cutest things I've ever seen on the internet. This black woman has just started reading Harry Potter. And I want to be candid that, like, we don't fuck with J.K. Rowling in this house. We don't fuck with J.K. Rowling in this house. If you don't agree with me, that's okay. We can still be friends. I don't fuck with J.K. Rowling in this house. However, I still love Harry Potter. I'm gonna say that right now. I still love Harry Potter, but on the DL, I don't be talking about it too much. So this content creator, pause. Their name is Kierra Lewis, KIERRA underscore Lewis 1 LEWIS 1. Kierra underscore Lewis 1. She has been detailing reading Harry Potter, and like every couple chapters she'll pop up and do a video. The way that she calls the Dursleys the Dustleys, babe. Again, if I'm consuming white media, who's usually talking about it? So I'm trying to tell y'all about black people talking about white people stuff. In ways. But again, I feel like is Harry Potter white people stuff? That's fucked up. But with that being said, I feel like at this point it's transphobic people stuff. You know what I mean? At this point, JK done made it transphobic people stuff. So it's like, what are we talking about anymore? But this actually made me happy to see her content because it just reminds me that like, even though it's fuck JK, like there's still a little something. There's still a little something out there, not everything. We don't get it all, but there's still something sometimes. Ooh, okay, this is a new follow. But they're a fat black femme that I follow that I just think is adorable, and I love her. I just love her look. I love that she does like all of the influencer girly stuff because I feel like it's harder to find like fat black women in the influencer girl category. I'm not saying they're not there. I'm just saying there's not as many. You're right. You're right. But their name is Chrissy B Styles. Chrissy is spelled CHRISSY, and then there's a B at the end of Chrissy, and then it's a space, and then it's Styles. I just really appreciate her. Like she's a new follow. I saw her doing some swatches on her lips, and I was like, mm. So I haven't dug in all the way. I don't have all that tea. I don't have all the information on her, but I do know that I like how she puts herself together, and I was appreciating her content. Let me see. Ooh, this one. This is one of my chef's kiss. Princess Weeks. Princess spelled as Princess, Weekes. This is for the black nerdy girls. This one's for the black nerdy girls. Like, if you're a black girl who is a nerd, if you call yourself a blurred, I just feel like Princess Weeks is probably talking about your favorite series. She's probably doing a deep dive on the anti blackness, but not just that, but also, you know, that too. But there's just a lens that she has that I appreciate. And so, if you're looking for a black person to talk about things that are perhaps a little bit more, you know, anime. I'm not into anime, bitch. I watched a couple animes. Then again, did I watched Spirited Away. I've watched Yu-Gi-Oh. You feel me? I'm on the starter kit of the anime people, but they cool. They good people. I was gonna try to say they're cool and not just say they're good, so they could. Yeah, yeah. Let me see. Ooh, bitch. Bitch, Anansi's motherfucking library. Okay, ANANSI apostrophe S library. If you don't know about Anansi, I wanna say, let me Google, cause I know he was a spider, but I'm trying to figure out like where he was from, like what tribe of people was talking about him, cause I don't want to be spreading no information. But yeah, Anansi, he was a spider. Okay. And a Khan folktale. Okay. Alright. Ghanaian. Okay. Alright. Hmm. Parts of the Ivory Coast and Togo. Interesting. See, look at us learning. So yeah, so I knew about Anansi the spider. So I appreciate the harkening back to, because Anansi apparently was a spider who had a lot of wisdom. He will always have a little gotcha. So Anansi's library, obviously, this is a library for someone who thinks deeply, and so that's what really kind of drew me in. But they have a lot of great content. I can't say what my favorite content is, but I will say that like the content that they create, it just reminds me that like there's so many creators, and like there's no way to see them all, but I'm trying to like uplift the ones that I find. Word, yeah. No, I remember one of my caretakers like putting me onto Anansi, and I just remember thinking to myself like, hmm, what wisdom this spider has. I was very shocked. It reminded me of like a black version of Charlotte's Web, if you will. Like I was like, hmm. But he obviously had many chapters. He had a lot of things going on. But yeah, as I said, Anansi's library, they're the shits. I appreciate. Um. Okay, this person's name is Salem Tovar. SALEMTOVAR. They are not a black creator. I'm gonna put that out there right now. They're, I wanna say, like a white appearing person, perhaps of Latin descent, a white Latino. I feel like their content has been great to me, but I feel like I remember watching a particular video about look maxing. If you don't know what that is, it's basically. Oh, I've been wanting to watch American Gods. Thank you for telling me. But I've been wanting to talk about the incel movement, look maxing and stuff like that. But I just haven't had like an organic way to talk about it really. But I feel like that's coming. But with that being said, they talk about beauty culture and like men trying to make themselves more beautiful. And I feel like for a femme creator or a creator who's a woman, I do think that she does take on some labor trying to help these men out here. So if you're interested in like a femme person doing some labor for these men, you may appreciate her content. I'll say this. I feel like I try to stay kind of nuanced at times in certain critiques or certain things. Because again, I'm an agender person, and like I do be seeing how cisgenderness period be harming the girls. And I mean that with so much love and empathy. It's like sometimes I really feel like I'm in between like two different worlds, like as an agender person, because I don't really give a fuck to be performing like I'll say this, from what I've learned, men only know how to be men by not being women. There's no instructions for being a man. There's no way to be a man. There's no way to be a woman. But in their minds, they see what women do and they think that the opposite is what they should do. And so, with that being said, like, because no one teaches men how to be men, because there's really no constant construct of what masculinity is, I have no desire to be performing like I'm weaker or lesser or like any kind of particular way to prop up a man's ego, which is what a lot of us unfortunately be doing. Like whenever, like if you make it seem like a man is better than you at doing this or that, like that is unfortunately you pandering to this notion that a man is just, like I'll say this, like, and this is some minute ass shit, and I hope no one takes this as like the kernel to take, but it's like this idea that like, and it sucks because it's like on one hand it's like, yeah, when I reach out to a man first, he may really see that as a masculine quality, and he may decide to operate oppositely based on what I did. He may decide that because I'm outgoing and reaching out to him, that I'm emasculating him, that I'm taking him out of his masculine energy by approaching him and desiring him. I mean no shade when I say this. That is the same kind of bullshit like that a lot of like femmes have to deal with in the opposite direction. Like the concept that like I do think that it's fucked up that like, and again, I know patriarchy empowers men to think this way, so I understand like there's context here. But what I'm trying to offer is anyone should be able to message anybody because we're desiring people. We shouldn't have to play this fucking game. And that's what I'm talking about. It's like I don't want to act like I can't message a man first because if I'm desiring that man, I want to show him I'm desiring him. However, because we live in a patriarchy, some men will really see my approaching him as a devaluation, which is like, in my honest opinion, ridiculous and wild. But if you think about it in the context of men are supposed to perform the opposite of women, women are supposed to let the man approach and let the man do what he wants to do. But what the fuck? The word let is not a real word. Like, the word let is not a word. It's not real. Nobody lets anybody do anything. And so that's the other aspect of this. It's like if I reach out to a man and I say I'm interested in him, he may decide that my interest in him is masculine based. What up, Kayla? And so with that being said, do I think that you shouldn't message a man first? I don't fucking know. At this point, it's anybody's fucking game because again, we're playing a fucking game. But if we're being candid about desire, which a lot of men can't be seemingly, then there's gonna be a lot of men that reject you or openly show you some weird energy. And again, it's like, what's the point of this? Why is this happening? And again, there are women that like their whole channel is telling women that they're stupid for behaving like this or that or this or that. Like me when I first came on here, I'm like victim blaming myself. Maybe not victim blaming, but I'm like saying like I shouldn't have messaged that man first. And it's like, is that really the issue? Is the issue that I showed desire? No, it's not. And so I just want to put that out there that like showing desire is not an issue, but we do live in a world where showing desire to a man can be taken poorly by a man. And then also showing desire to someone can also, make you feel uncomfortable. But what I'm trying to offer is that like the gender role of being submissive, the gender role of being the softer sex, the gender role of I have to wait for a man to talk to me, like that shit for me just never hit. And I don't mind reaching out to a man and being like, I like you. But I do think that we unfortunately live in a world that will say if that man dogs me out, oh, well, you were too thirsty. Like, do you see how that shit gets turned around on us? Like, if you tell a man that you're attracted to him, then, and I've seen men respond in a way that was really awkward because all I did was say I was attracted to you. I didn't say like we're about to date, But even telling a man you're attracted to him can really lead him to become quite delusional and weird. So I don't think it's a thing that like, again, it's so hard to talk about like, I don't want to say what women do wrong because that's not what I'm trying to offer. But it's hard for us to talk about anti it's hard for us to talk about the gender roles that women hold that unfortunately are not in their best interest. So that's what I'm trying to say. Powerpuff Cutie, thank you for saying that. Thank you for saying that. I appreciate all of y'all for saying all of this because, again, like what I'm feeling, what y'all are feeling, it's all valid. But if we don't talk about it candidly, a lot of us will be sitting here like we're weird for saying we're attracted. We're weird for saying that we want to be loved or desired, and I don't I don't believe that's true, but I feel like it doesn't matter, right? What matters is the person that you're talking to thinking that. And so just with that being said, like I'm gonna hold that like as an agender person, there's times where I behave in ways that I know some people will be like, well, that's not very womanly. Thank you for noticing. I'm not trying to be a woman. And I feel like a lot of people may hold or may not hold this that like some of us have spent our entire life trying to be a girl, trying to be a good woman, trying to be a woman that's worthy. And I know some people may be triggered by that because, again, like if you identify as a woman, bitch, you're already there. How about that? How about you always were worthy? How about it didn't matter if you did lashes or laminated your brows? How about it don't matter if you wear a wig or not? How about no matter what the fuck you claim for yourself, if you're naming yourself as a woman, baby, that's that. But who's gonna hold space for that? Who's gonna and then the climate we're living in, who's gonna validate that with you? So I'm not trying to gaslight nobody. I'm just trying to acknowledge that like, ooh, Powerpuff, thank you for saying that. Just thank y'all for holding space for this and for chiming in and saying what you're saying because I definitely do feel pangs of feeling like people see me as desperate at times and like I don't want to be co-opting and taking up too much space, but I do want to acknowledge that like being a fat person of color period, that's already like an identity that people are like, damn, like why would I like you? And I feel like when people do see fat lighter skinned people get some love, some support, there can be this like thought process that like, well, you know, as long as you're as long as you have this much privilege, if that makes sense, as long as your privilege is over here, you can still get access to love seemingly. And I don't want to take away from people's experiences. I just want to hold that like I have been the exception to people and not the rule. And I feel like by being an exception, you're not really getting the love, you know? You're getting something quite different, and I can't put my finger on it. I don't have a good word for it, but I want to say tolerated. I feel like there have been people that have tolerated me and maybe cooperated in a relationship with me, but I feel like loving me, like really loving me, like at this point, I don't think I ever got that. And I don't mean any disrespect to any of my exes. I just mean to say that, like, the ways that I understood being loved and the way that people were operating. Yeah. Like I feel like I when I think about being loved, I really think about how like some of us are still operating on some like I don't want to say high school shit cuz I don't want to be diminishing, but I feel like I don't think it's as simple as you want to be my girlfriend. You know what I mean? It's not that simple no more. But I feel like some people may be operating like it still is and it's really not. What up, Max? Yes, Powerpuff Cutie. Akasha, listen, if you share something and people don't receive it, like, or not receive it, but if people aren't agreeing or connected with you, I hope you know that that's not a moment where you're wrong to have shared. Like, there's gonna be situations and moments that we go through that other people just cannot fucking relate. And that doesn't mean that we needed to go through those things. It also didn't mean we need to be silent. So I just hope that you know, like, if you share something and people aren't all like they are now, it still would be a valid thing to have shared. And I just hope you know that, like, whatever you feel comfortable sharing, I'm down to hold it. I feel like the chat is holding on to so much already. And I'm sure we can hold more because that's what we're all doing. It's a conversation and we're holding each other. But again, just because people don't relate all the time, it do not mean that we shouldn't have said it. Because honestly, sometimes shit might relate too much and people still might not say nothing. And it's not because you said something wrong. It's because some of this shit is hard to say. Like even acknowledging that people could perceive you as desperate, that's a moment, is it not? Because feeling that feeling and speaking it out loud, like there's miles between those things. So just keep in mind that like I see what you're doing, I see how you're breaking silence. I appreciate you for being here because again, this conversation is necessary and also actually helps me get to another point that I wanted to make before I even started talking. I had a conversation with a friend and I was saying that I don't talk about being a light skinned colorist person. And when I say light skinned colorist, it's oxymoronic. I don't talk about being a colorist as a light skinned person because I want to talk about it for real, for real. That's not my desire. I want to be in community with the most marginalized. And to do that, I have to be candid about who the fuck I am and where I'm coming from. There's no way that I can sit here after I've said all that I've said in the past and not realize that I've said things that were not just misinformation, but they were violent and they were erasing and they were holding myself in an identity that I don't live at. And I know that I'll never be able to apologize for all the things I said because I've said so many things. However, I know that moving forward, I want to be the person that's listening. I want to be the person that's intervening with my privilege if I can. And I also want to be the person that's in community with people who I'm not pretending to be. And so, with that being said, while my intention was never to flatten the concept of blackness by including myself, I do think that telling my story on how the fuck I got there does perhaps help some other mixed people who may not know how to talk about themselves as a whole mixed person. And also, it may help some folks that have been gaslit by some of us mixed people who have been in black spaces. Because not all of us have a black parent that actually loves us and cares about us and that will care about how we're impacting the black community. Not all mixed people have access to black culture. Not all mixed people are going to be accepted in black spaces. And not all mixed people have the, I don't want to say wisdom, but have the information to not be harming other folk. And when I say other folk, I mean black folk. And so with that being said, I do believe that like breaking silence about my own behavior, being candid about ways that I was moving in bad faith, those are ways that I think make sense to move. But as I was saying in this conversation we're having here right now, you know, there are women who are talking about things that I felt and I've thought, but at the same time, I felt scared to say those things or communicate those things to other people. But also, I was worried about feeling that really, if that makes sense. Like feeling desperate, feeling ugly, feeling like I was not worthy of someone's love or care or support. Even owning some of the stories I tell y'all, or not owning them, but sharing them, it's like, who the fuck want to be rejected? But at the same time, who the fuck want to sit there in a rejection or after rejection and not also hold space for the fact that, like, we're not going to always connect, but also some people are saying things that make it impossible for us to connect with them. And so I appreciate, as I said, like folks sharing what they're sharing, but I also want to connect that like until people break silence, until marginalized people break silence, there's a lot of people who have privilege or don't have access to the intelligence that marginalized people carry to connect with what they're experiencing as well, even if it's not on the same level, just to acknowledge, okay, so this is happening and it's not just me, and it's also happening to a degree that it's perhaps not happening to me. Like that nuance of what's happening, that holding that massage of war is a continuum, that anti-blackness is not the only type of anti-blackness is the umbrella, misogyny war is underneath it, and just the ways that If I don't know if anyone's understanding what I'm trying to say, but I'm just trying to name that there's so many layers to to experiencing anti-blackness, and then incorrectly thinking that I'm experiencing misogynoir when I'm experiencing anti-blackness. Period. Full stop. Like, the fact of the matter is, like, misogynoir is something that I don't want to say I always knew about, but hearing the language, getting that, having that word in my lexicon has sharpened how I communicate about anti-blackness, because I know that I'm not experiencing misogynoir. Like, I'm seeing anti-black experiences unfolding for me, for sure. But at the same time, the ways that, like, people have held space for me to shift within identity, like, even when I was claiming that I was a black person and that I was holding my mixedness in a particular way, there were still a lot of people who held a lot of space for me to obviously come to this conclusion. But for all the people that didn't hold space for me, that's okay, because I was gaslighting them, because I did not have access to a black parent that I needed to make sense of the world. But I think that it also says a lot to name that there are people with black parents that still will be encroaching in black spaces, because even that black parent doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to learn boundaries. So it's just a lot of layers. The absence of desire. Ooh. Gianna. Mmm. Mmm. Nah, Gia, so much love to you. I want to be candid that, like, the scraps that we have taken, the ways that we have tried to still accept that love, like, I just want to acknowledge that there's a lot of content out here that will make us, like, really sober up very quickly to what we've allowed, or what we've endured, rather, because I think, like, I think I understand wanting to hold yourself accountable, but I don't want us to be so wrapped up in accountability that we forget that, like, in that moment, in that time, like, we were wanting love. That person was seemingly consenting to offering it to us, and the ways that shit shifts, the ways that shit changes, like, that is a thing to talk about. That's not a thing to internalize as, like, a you issue. But I just want to be candid that, like, a lot of us have accepted crumbs. And I know I've been pretty candid about my relationships. And I feel like, you know, I don't know. It's wild to think about, as you just said, Gianna, the scraps. It's wild to think about who we let close to us. It's wild to think about who we allowed to be in our face, who we allowed to touch our body. Like, I am with you there. There. I'm with you there. I'm with you on that, because there are times where I do think about personal or past relationships where I'm like, damn, if I wasn't doing X, Y, or Z, I don't think this would have lasted this long. And that's what sucks as a Capricorn stellium. Like, sometimes I can kind of see, like, how much I poured into something, and that's why it was working. Because I was working. I was working, babe. That's why the shit was working. But just that feeling of, like, fuck. Like, I was driving this car off the cliff. And I just wanted to be driving a car. I didn't really care where it was going. And so that's, how I hold myself accountable in that respect. That, yeah, I wanted to be in a relationship so bad that I was accepting a lot of things I didn't really fucking deserve. However, I also have to hold that didn't give that person the fucking license to just treat me like however, or to just, run out my fucking resources and my energy. Like, your desire to be loved doesn't mean that you just deserve to just get shitted on. Like, and I feel like we're just not in that mindset all the time. Like, sometimes we really be thinking like sometimes we could really see why we deserve pain. Isn't that so sad? Like, sometimes we could really go there with ourselves, and I pray none of you have to fucking stay there very long. Because it's unrealistic for me to say, I pray you don't have to go there. Because we're going to go there. We all go there. We all find some little fucked up reason why we deserved it. Actually, well, I shouldn't have did. Well, if I hadn't, and it's bullshit. It's just a way to, again, like, protect your ego a little bit from just feeling your feels, man. You got God. Motherfuckers got you. They got you, babe. That was fucked up. You didn't deserve that shit. It don't matter. It don't matter if you said hello first. It don't matter if you said I'm attracted to you first. It don't matter if you said you're beautiful first. You just didn't deserve that shit. And so unfortunately we live in a rape culture, right? We live in a world that says, why did you get raped? We live in a world that says, why were you harmed? We live in a world that says, well, why were you there? Where the harm was. We don't ask, who shot you? We don't ask, where's the gun? who was shooting? We don't ask that. We ask, well, why were you there? Well, why were you in it? We really be holding people accountable for just even being in the room. Listen, I feel you on not fucking. I personally feel like anybody out there who's thinking about if they want to fuck or not, and you're on the table, on the table, you're on the fence. I just want to put it out here. It's important. I'll say this for anybody. I don't care what gender you are. For you to figure out what turns you on first. I don't believe that people should be trying to lose their virginity and then go into what sex means. Don't do that. Please don't do that. Maybe, oh, see, and you know what? That sucks. 'Cause I feel like I used to know, excuse me, about this app that like showed like sexual, like it was like an ethical Pornhub with different bodies and shit. I'm gonna look into it again. I'm gonna see if I can find it for you. But there was like this really ethical Pornhub where it was like a bunch of sex workers trying to show people, just what consensual sex looks like. Because, woo, a lot of people watching Pornhub. I hate to tell you this, but a lot of y'all watching rape. A lot of y'all watching rape. A lot of y'all watching people being sexually assaulted. A lot of y'all watching found footage that people don't actually want to be out there. A lot of people looking at revenge porn, unfortunately. And this is not me trying to drag you or judge you. This is me just trying to acknowledge that, like, unless you're getting your porn from someone who's consenting for you to bust nuts over it, baby. And I know some people don't want to hear that shit. I know some people don't want to hear that shit, but it must be said. Because, I didn't get into the sex work trade to come out and be a whole weirdo. And be a whole, just shitty ass bitch. A lot of us sex workers, we really are, we really are undervalued to a certain degree. So when I see people, talking about Pornhub or talking about XTube or just talking about these sex sites, I'm like, if you know what kind of person you like, you could go on OnlyFans and get some custom shit. Like, you could go get some porn made, babe. That's okay. And I say that as someone who has paid for content because honestly, there's some shit that I like. There's some shit that I want to see, and I want to be ethical about it. So just like consider that. You like seeing people get their face fucked, babe? That's fine. There's places to go and watch that shit and pay the creators and help them get some ramen noodles. You know what I mean? Help them put some gas in their tire. Cause y'all be watching fucking rape porn and shit, and it be making me sad. Hmm. Yo, I feel you, but I also want to say for people who are just sleeping around, I love you. Oh, Meryl Streep, my love, I'm glad you're here. Um, damn, Gianna, not a year ago. I'm so sorry to hear that, genuinely. That's so fucked up. Not you on the table. Yes. You know what, Powerpuff? It's not silly to talk about it. It's not silly at all. It's not. It's not. It's not. And the pussy is on a pedestal. Indeed. You watch porn for curiosity, educational purposes. Yeah, and see that's the thing. A lot of porn is rape. Like, it's really sad to say that. I'm not laughing because it's funny. I'm laughing because it's like, my God, like, what are we doing? But yeah, no, we're watching a lot of rapes. We're watching a lot of sexual assaults, and unfortunately, like, a lot of people that are getting paid from this are the rapists. Like, isn't that kind of sick? Like, sometimes I watch, you know, I watch videos and I'm just like, damn, like, this person is getting a paid wage for like getting their face fucked. And I'm glad to see it. But with that being said, there are so many people who will watch, you know, just some kind of porn and they don't have no standards around who the fuck, you know, they're watching, what's all happening. Like, they don't really care. It's sad. And I say that as somebody who enjoys watching porn. I do not discriminate or hate upon porn. I have no hatred of porn. Ooh. And I don't hate people who are sexual at all. I feel like if you're a sexual person, I love that for you. Stay sexual. Enjoy your sex. You're doing great, sweetie. That's just how I feel about it. Whoa. Yeah, no, you know what? Since we're on the topic of talking about porn, I did want to talk about Bad Baby for like 1 minute. Like, me and my friend were talking, and she was, I don't know if this is like hilarious to anybody else, but my friend was telling me that she felt like Bad Baby was at one point under the tutelage of Asian Doll. And I'm like, I guess you could say that, but my thing is this. That girl was a child. Like, she did not need to be out there like that. And you know what? I don't mean to be slut shaming, because like, I feel like saying out there like that when, you know, her mama put her out there like that. And I feel like that was the whole point of the Dr. Phil shit. Like, in retrospect, I just don't believe, you know, this is heavy as fuck on one side. That's why I keep falling over. But yeah, no, I feel like don't nobody white just got a rapping career. Like, I just don't believe it. Like, I feel like she had definitely wanted to rap for a time. And then she got the OnlyFans money and it was popping. That's what I really feel like was happening there. And obviously she's a child. And I know people want to say 18 is an adult, but it's really not. I'm not trying to be rude to anybody who's 18, but 18 not really an adult. And that's why people who 18 and fucking up to like 25 be making certain decisions. And it's no shade. It's just like, you know, just go ahead and Google that frontal cortex for me. Because there's a whole reason why certain shit be marketed towards minors and younger people. And it's not like it's a good thing. It's not because people believe in y'all so much or, you know, they really needed a 18-year-old to do it. And so this is just to say, like, people will be underage or an experience will not be for that person. And how the fuck would they know? Like, there's no way to know. And so I feel like that's just another layer to all of this, is that, you know, some of y'all in the chat that are breaking silence about things, your elders were not there in that capacity. Like, you could never turn on YouTube 10 years ago and see women 10 years older than you being vulnerable in a particular way. And this isn't to say that you needed them to do that, but certain behavior changes the world. That's why TikTok is so instrumental in the way it is, because we are literally watching the world change. Like, we're seeing people lead with vulnerability. That changes things. When you see people be loving, that changes things. When you see people be understanding, that changes things. But we live in, again, anti-black woman, anti-black trans, anti-black poor world. And so let you have any of those marginalizations. Let you be fat black femme. Let you be a fat black poor femme. Let you be a fat black poor femme from not America. Like, it's a lot of layers to how people will view you as worthy or not. And then also the way that porn commodifies different people's identity. Because Bad Baby becoming a millionaire when she turned 18 was because of white supremacy. There are a lot of black girls who could turn 18 and go on OnlyFans and get nothing. The reason why she made so much money is because the pedophiles had been watching her for years. And so she put herself on an app where she knew she could capitalize based on what she had been seeing as a minor. Like, she knew as a minor, people were blatantly asking her for OnlyFans. So there was always a layer of, we cannot wait till you get old enough to control your own narrative, because the fans that are watching are wanting you to be sexual. And again, her doing her rap music, I don't know how much she ever talked about being sexual as a minor, but I do remember her putting out some music. And I do remember some people really thinking it was good. I don't think that she's the best musician out there. I don't think she's the worst. I'm crying. Pause, pause, pause. Yeah, no. Because, well, I just also feel like porn isn't isolated. Like, whenever we see porn, we notice that it's in this universe that we live in, right? Like, there's a reason why there's porn that shows, like, college people. What's up?
Real quick, two things.
Okay, hold on.
First thing, do you want to get that TV set up in your room at all? I guess, to be honest, I kind of like would like to move it.
So you want to put a TV in my room?
Wait, I thought
It's
that
your
TV.
TV.
It's your TV.
Oh, where's it at?
It's just in.
The office.
We had to.
It was with the PlayStation.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can
Yeah.
put it in there.
Yeah, and there's a extra table in the garage if you want to use that. It's the one that's like
the
next to the
low
luggage.
square one.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Sorry. I thought you do it. You just didn't want to set it up for some reason.
No, I totally forgot that I had a TV. Like, I knew I had one, but I thought I was like hallucinating about like what happened to it. So I was like,
Oh no, I'm so sorry about that.
why are you sorry? I don't really like watch TV. I usually use my phone, but I feel like a TV would help me like bridge the gap between phone
Or,
and.
yeah, or if you want to like, I would play your PS4, right? But anyway.
Wait, but I don't have the PS4 anymore.
No, Aaron has that.
Yeah, I gave it away. That's why I wasn't thinking about the TV anymore.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're too kind. Had to give it to the baby.
Well, here's the thing. The baby wants to be a gamer. The baby was telling me about playing video games, and I was thinking it'd be a fun activity to do.
Kid, yeah.
Right?
Okay.
But I want a PlayStation 5. Like, that's really why I gave it away also. Because, like, then I can be like, well, I don't have a game.
Something to aspire to.
Right, because I want to play PlayStation. I want to play, what you call it?
Okay, cool.
GTA.
Well, either way,
Is there, like, a time frame you want this to be done by? Because...
it's not a rush.
Oh, thank God.
No, it's not a rush. And then, oh, the other thing was just like, so we had done, or I had like cut up a bunch of the watercolor paper, and it's okay for you guys to use it. Like anyone could use it, but we did see like, or like, I noticed like one of them was like ripped up a little bit.
Yes, I'm super sorry.
No, it's okay. It's not a big deal. I just like this paper is like
Fancy.
fairly expensive.
No, it
as well,
really
so it's,
is.
like, but it's also like not a big deal.
No, I genuinely was like, the only reason why I ripped it is because I was trying to use it to like do labels for the weed because like I ran out of plastic bags, so I was just like in a panic and I was like I'm fucking up my time, like I'm fucking up keeping you late, so I was just trying to quickly write like weed strains on this paper. I totally like blanked on it being like really beautiful, lovely paper. But you're
fine.
right.
It's
You're
fine.
right.
It's not a big deal. It's just a little piece of one sheet. And I got this at a good rate, so it's not a big deal. But
I appreciate you for telling me
I just
though.
wanted to check in on that, but that's no big deal.
No, but my bad for like ripping up that paper and just like leaving the mess. I was trying to clean up a
It's
little
okay.
bit. I don't know if that came across. I was trying to set it up.
It's
Yeah.
gonna be messy, yeah.
Word. For sure.
Yeah, but it is no big deal.
I thank you for bringing that up though, because again, like I felt terrible. Like I literally, like yesterday was
We did it though.
We did.
Those packages are in the mail.
They are in the mail. It says Saturday, so that's exciting. But yeah, no, just thank y'all for just being kind, and then also thank you for just like uplifting that about the paper. I will just be more mindful.
No big deal, and especially if you want to paint something, whatever, go right for it.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, and it's not like whatever. It's not like the scraps aren't like unusable. Like,
Here's the thing. It was like a freak accident more than like a occurrence that will happen again, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I was even figuring you might have just been like, I don't know about you, but if I'm like on the phone with someone or whatever, I'm just like dismantling whatever is in my hand.
Same.
Time, so
No, I used to rip things up in my pocket all the time.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. No, I promise it was not like just wasting paper. It was 100% like, oh, I need to write labels, but like there's so much other paper down here I could have used. I just grabbed the first thing I saw.
Yeah,
but thank you for telling me.
Don't even worry. Don't even sweat.
Word. Well, I'm gonna still remember for next time. But thank you.
Yeah, no problem. And by the way, if the door to my like office thing is closed, like you can go in there. I kind of don't like care that much, just as long as you don't like leave it open. Because Buckley likes to walk all over my surge protector, and I always worry he's gonna get shocked doing that.
Oh no, not Big Pumpkin. Word.
There's so much shit in there for him to mess with that's bad too. So I like to keep it closed, but yeah, if you need something out of there, whatever, like whatever.
And you're saying the TV is in there?
It is in there, yeah.
Okay.
Right.
Wait, and the table in the garage?
Yeah, there's like a black square table that only comes up like a couple feet off the ground.
Oh, that's
it's
beautiful.
Behind that white drawer thing on the right side of the.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. Also, you look really cute, by the way. I love your outfit. Wait, did you already go on your date or?
No.
Pre-date times. All right, cool. Well, have fun. I'm gonna be on mushrooms later.
Awesome.
Okay, just letting you know. Okay, I'm trying to like dead ass read. Aw, you guys. Woo. Listen, the TV was given to me by an op. That's why I don't think about it as my TV. I just want to put that out there. I'm not trying to be bougie and be like, I have a TV. Like, this op gave me a TV because they felt bad. And I was like, bitch, I don't care. I kind of do, but I don't care, but I kind of do. But yeah, no, Elizabeth, I feel like they were just trying to name that, like, I had just done something that they didn't appreciate. And honestly, I feel like the way that they communicate, like, I can tell, like, they want to be, like, they want to tell me some shit, but they don't want to be mean to me. And I'm so grateful, because, like, I don't want them to be mean to me either. So we got the same idea. Like, let's just be nice. But I'm trying to find this thing. Ooh. It's looking unfindable to me in this moment. So I'm gonna quit trying. Okay, that light ain't lighting. Not they need to go back to their rooms. You're so funny. They weren't even doing nothing. I'm dead at y'all. Y'all really going hard for me in this paper. I mean, I'll say this. I really should have cleaned up my mess. I feel like they wouldn't have said shit if they wouldn't have seen them scraps. And like y'all heard, like, bitch, I ran out of fucking, like, bitch, I have so much empathy for when the weed man run out of bags. I have so much empathy. Because it's like, bro, the way I ran out of bags and had to use glass jars, like, and then I couldn't label the glass jars because I didn't have the right kind of fucking Sharpie. So I had to write on pieces of paper what the strains were. This shit was looking mad. It was looking like some fucking 1920 weed dealer shit. Like, I got the, it was not looking like 2024, bitch, at all. It was looking very much, but at the same time, I do like getting glass jars when I buy weed. It do be letting me know that the weed is a little nicer, you know? Like when the weed is in a jar, bitch, it got a little bit of, you know? And then also you could put a little, a little orange peel in there and keep it fluffy. Just a PS for anybody out there who got some dry weed. Put you a little orange peel at the very bottom of the jar. Maybe put a paper towel on top of it so it don't wet your weed up. But not shit could get laced. I'm crying. Bitch, no. Bitch, I'm crying. Bitch, I am the dispensary. That's what I'm saying. The dispensary ran out of bags. So bitches had to come out with a jar. That's what I'm trying to say, bitch. This shit not laced, but this shit was absolutely not able to be put in a fucking bag, which, sucks. But again, I feel like, how the fuck, here's the thing. I feel like, yeah, sure. I don't think you were being mean. I think, like, they were just, again, like, keep this in mind. There was a bunch of, like, really expensive paper just ripped up on the table. And, like, it's very thick paper. I'm not trying to drag it out, but I had access to other paper I could have used. I genuinely was just, like, freaking out. Because I was like, yo, I got to get these things in the mail. And I don't got no fucking plastic bags, dog. And, like, I'm talking like a sandwich baggie, bitch. I didn't have the sandwich baggie. So I had the vacuum joints, but them shits is like fucking $3 a piece. So I'm like, bro, like, I already got to put them in one. I got to split it up. And a lot of people people was buying bulk and they was buying bulk mix and match. So it was a bunch of different strains, bitch. It was a lot. I had a bunch of these little baby jars. I was like, yeah, bitch. At least the weed look cute. I feel like at the end of the day, like, as extra as getting a bunch of jars of weed is, at least, bitch, I know you see me fucking my breath. I didn't even get smoking yet. It's a little chilly in here, I'm not gonna lie, bitch. It's a little chilly. I'm grateful that I'm fat. A skinny bitch could never. Out here? Hell no, bitch. I feel like Balto. Just strong in the snow. Exactly, bitch. It's motherfucking painters. It's painter paper. That's what I'm saying, bitch. I got glass jars for the girls. So I upgraded the girls. But yeah, using his paper, he just bought that paper, dog. And he's trying to do a little challenge so he can learn how to become a better painter. It was disrespectful. Absolutely. Y'all, listen, the convo probably just seemed awkward because, bitch, we were in the middle of talking and kicking it, and I was literally about to go outside and smoke, and he was like, hold up real quick. Let me talk to you real quick. Also, he a Taurus. So if he really wanted to drag shit out of me, he could. That's why I'm letting it go, because I'm like, he was right. I really did disrespect his paper. Like, again, I could have at least cleaned it up. You know what I mean? I didn't even clean it up. I'm over here ripping up his paper and then clean it up. Again, I'm just trying to see where people are coming from and hold space for it. And at the end of the day, me saying sorry and apologizing, that don't take nothing from me. And not saying that, like, not saying that that's why I'm apologizing or why I could, but I'm just saying, like, I don't know. I just don't feel like it's an issue. I feel like the issue was resolved, personally. I feel like they were the one with the issue. They brought it to me. I let them know that it was some bullshit. Right. And I feel like that's the other thing, too. Like, I feel like he's nervous because, like, he's addressing me. And, like, he probably wanted my friend to do it, but he had to do it because it was his issue. And my friend probably couldn't do it. Like, I really feel like, for the most part, my friend will just tell me some shit. But I feel like him talking to me, like, I think that was great. I love that because, again, I don't want no conflict with him, but we have the weaker relationship. So if we're going to have a good relationship, we got to learn how to talk to each other. And honestly, my friend, our relationship is so good that I do worry about overstepping boundaries with them more. So, like I said, I'm just trying to be emotionally intelligent and listen to what they said. They say, yo, that's my paper. You could paint with it. Don't be just ripping it up. That's fair enough. Um, but I got a Taurus rising, bitch. So, you know, I see where he coming from, and I feel like again, I feel like Taurus rising, we can tell when people want to be likable or not. We could just tell when you want to be getting along or not, and I feel like that's for me what was coming across. Cause he's like, I don't want to fight, but I want to tell you something I didn't like. That's what I was getting, because I feel like as a Taurus rising, bitch, if I don't like it, I'll tell you right away. Like, I'll tell you right away. I'm very quick with telling someone I don't like shit. And I think that's also the Capricorn stellium. I'm not gonna be suffering, no. But I feel like that's the thing about Taurus is like they're very quick when they know when they know they know. And I feel like that's because, you know, the Libras, they gotta take their time. The Taurus be knowing. Shout out to Venus. For real. If shit don't feel good, if shit don't feel beautiful, then we gotta say something. It's a curse. It's a blessing though in ways. But now when folks were talking earlier about feeling like they were perhaps giving desperation energy, right. I honestly just the more I read about Taurus, the more I'm like true. Cause like honestly, we're lovable characters, but we're annoying to people that got a lot of fire in their chart. Cause we're not about to rush. We're not about to rush, babe. About to take our beautiful time, baby. We'll take our time is beautiful. Rest is beautiful. Relaxation is beautiful. Like if you got Taurus heavy in your chart, baby, you already know what I'm talking about. Like taking your time, slow and steady, win the race. You know what I mean? Connie, questioning is the first step. Yes, for anybody out there who's scared that they may be trans, they may be gay, that's the first step to being gay, bitch. That's the first step to being trans. Just being worried. That's literally all it is. Like, oh, am I? Yes, probably so. Maybe not though. You really never know. You could be something else. You could be something else. You could be agender. That's how I am. Like I feel like the non-binary people, like I feel like non-binary and agender are similar. But I feel like as someone who's agender, I don't think about the binary. When people talk about non-binary, I feel like they still talk about the binary. I'm not thinking about it. I'm not thinking about it at all. If I wake up and I want to wear a dress, cool. If I wake up and I want to dress wear a mask, whatever the fuck that means, I will. But I'm not really thinking about what anybody's perceiving. Like, I'm not really even thinking about gender as a construct for real because I don't care about it. However, I know depending on how I look, people will treat me a certain way. Like, if I go out dressed how I am today with the titties in the bra, bitch, if I wear a bra versus if I don't, different vibes. It really depends. So I don't care what people think about my body. I think more about how I'm treating people and if I offering them empathy and shit. Cause a lot of times I notice when I'm around men, I'm kind of expected to shut the fuck up. Just go with the flow. I always disrupt that. I talk more around men. I get more rowdy around men because I can tell that they want us to all be in control. But I can tell that they be wanting control over us in a particular way. So I try to disrupt that shit. But also, if I see femmes talking about like trans people and queer people, I do disrupt that as well. So I feel like my agenderness shows up a lot of times in defense of people. Like whenever I hear like men talking about women, I'll always drag. But if I hear women saying things that are fucked up or rooted in their own harm, I'll also say something. Am I gonna drag? Probably not. But I feel like that's again because of my proximity. Like it doesn't make sense for me to drag a woman. It never will. I'm in community with them. It makes sense for me to drag a man because me being in community with that man is going to take labor on his side and mine. And I'm not doing it. And he's not going to do it. He probably won't do it. And I'm just trying to put that out there that, like, if I try to cape for a man, 9 times out of 10, that man don't even know what the fuck I'm doing. Don't even care about what the fuck I'm doing. And if he do, a lot of times it's only for his own benefit, not because he sees me as an ally or someone that he could trust and confide in. So we have to consider that. Yes, gender non-conforming. the solar science, I mean, I do agree that like the stars do change things. I mean, I feel like that's what we're always talking about, but I feel like if you're not into astrology like that, then you may not hear what I'm saying. But the stars always moving, bitch. Planets too. That's why I be on the Chani app, CHANI. I don't pay for it. Have I paid for it? Yes. I'm too poor. If I get money, will I buy it again? Maybe. Maybe. But the free one, they still be giving me the notifications and shit. I just can't see my full birth chart. But that's okay, because I already know what it is. So. But CHANI, they have an app that tells you when shit is happening. Like, they be letting me know when shit is squaring up, when shit is getting ready to trine. That shit is helpful. Because I be knowing when good moments is, like, when it's a good time to pick certain shit. But some people don't believe that that zodiac and all that shit is real. Oh well, you know, like I don't really give a fuck. Like I'm just past caring if people think that zodiac is real. Like it is. Like if you don't believe it, that's okay. Like you're not a bad person. You're not weird. You're not stupid. You're nothing bad. Like you just don't believe. That's okay. Like what the fuck? I'm gonna see if I can really sit here. Ooh, bitch. Praise God. Praise God, because I don't like to stand, ho. I like to sit. Yeah. Shani really playing games. But yeah, I'm trying to think. There was something else I went, ooh. Oh my God, bitch. Wait, I already laughed at this with y'all. I don't care. I'm gonna tell y'all again because it makes me laugh to this day. Why the fuck? Okay, so a few weeks ago when I was living at Aaron's house, bitch, actually, okay, so I put somebody's name in my shoe. For the people that don't fuck with hoodoo, for the people that don't believe in doing magic on people, trigger warning for this conversation. But my understanding is if somebody has done you dirt, like, and I'm not saying like you're just mad at this person because you didn't get what you wanted and like, you know, their energy ain't with you. Like, I feel like you'll know if it applies to you or not. But if someone has done you dirt and you cannot put hands on them, and if someone is also coming close to you and you want them away, put their name on a piece of paper. Put that paper in your shoe and go about your motherfucking business. Again, if you know that this person ain't did shit to you and you're just wanting to fuck with them, babe, there's other shit to do. Honestly, do a honey spell. If they really didn't do nothing to you, but you don't fuck with them, put their name in a jar of honey. That's even better. But if they're fucking with you, if there's retribution, if your spiritual team knows it makes sense for you to beat their ass, put them in the shoe. But if you just want someone to be a little bit sweeter around you, you can't. Let's say you got a boss that ain't shit, but you can't kill their ass. I'm not saying you put their name in the shoe, go kill them, but sweetie, just pay attention. If it's not to that point where you need to get their asses away, do the honey jar. It's just easier, bitch. Again, for the bosses, for the coworkers. Now, if you want a bitch to get fired, you putting them in a shoe. I'm just saying, don't do this shit just to fuck with people because, baby, it's not going to work out for you. That's what I'm trying to say. But if somebody had did you dirt, I don't care how long ago it was, and you know you're in the right. You know, and in terms of in the right, I just mean like they did you dirt, and you didn't see it coming. And you didn't see him leaving neither. You didn't see nothing happen. It just came out of nowhere. Put that shit in your shoe. And do a big stomp for me, bitch. One big stomp. Light a protection candle too, bitch, honestly. Just, again, intention means everything. White candles. With that being said, though, my friend put this man in a shoe, bitch, and why the fuck this man hit this bitch up, like, the same day and was like, my baby mom just put me on fucking child support. He was like, I'm broke. He's like, I'm going through it. Bitch, he was crying, bitch. My friend was shook. She was like, sweetie. That same man hit her up last week, I swear to God. And you know what he said to her? Bitch, he said he's in the valley. She said, what that mean? He said, I'm in the valley of the shadow of death. He said he felt the devil on him, bitch. Bitch, I was crying, bitch. I could not breathe, bitch. He said he's in the valley. I'm like, good. Cause again, what were you doing before you were in the valley, bitch? Acting a fool. So, I don't know. I personally feel like, you know, if that person that you got in the shoe calls you, you can entertain it to laugh, but don't try to fuck with them. Once you put them in the shoe, sweetie, like, don't fuck with them. Like, don't fuck with them, please. Please. Look, I feel like my friend just getting the tea to laugh at this man. I don't think she really trying to deal with him no more. But I pray she don't deal with him. It is. But that's the thing, though. That's why you don't fuck with people. Like, don't hurt people. Like, it's not that hard to not hurt people. It's really easy. So, this man said the valley, bitch. Of the shadow of death. Absolutely. So, like I said, don't just be putting people's name in shoes willy-nilly. Like, because like I said, like, he is on child support and then other things transpired to where he feels like he literally is about to die. So I'm telling you this story just to keep in mind. Like, if you're trying to torture someone who tortured you, get your leg back. But if they don't even know who you are, sweetie, don't do it. Don't do it. Crystal, don't go. Don't do it. Because Harlow is going to look a mess, okay? Don't go, Crystal. Don't go. Because you're going to be looking so ridiculous, bitch. You're going to get hurt dealing with him. Your spiritual team going to be confused about why you up over there. Just don't do it, baby. No. I feel like don't do more than one at a time. Do not do more than one at a time. Do one at a time. Take your time with it. Take your time with it. Because here's my thing. You don't know what's going to happen next. Like, my friend was getting calls. You might not get a call from this person. You might just see something happen in the news or something. That's what I'm saying. So just don't even overwhelm yourself with too many names. Don't do that. Because then you're going to be just having to look out and pay attention. I just feel like once you're dealing with one name in the shoe, it can really turn. It can really turn on you. Here's my thing. I feel like put it in whatever shoe you want to put it in. I personally don't think there's a significance of the left shoe. I know there's a significance in the left hand, but the left shoe, no. I don't know that that's going to make a big difference. What I think makes the most difference is the intention. What do you want to happen? Because I know for my friend, I don't know that she wanted him to go on child support, but I know she wanted him to feel pain. I know that her intention was for him to feel pain because he had made her feel stupid. Because she had desired him and he had desired her. But then he started playing games. And she started feeling like, what is this? And keep in mind, he has children. So him being put on child support tells me a lot. No shade. Like crying that you're being put on child support, oh, that tells me a lot, baby. That tells me you was not giving... Oh, it's hoodoo more so than voodoo. It's more hoodoo than voodoo. I want to put that out there right now. There is a difference between both of them. Hoodoo was more so practiced by African American women in the South. Not to disconnect them from voodoo, but having access to certain tools around voodoo will get a bitch killed. So that is why hoodoo was invented, because you were able to use things that white people didn't see as voodoo. So you put somebody's name in a shoe, you know, that was a way for you to hide that you could write. That was a way for you to hide that you had paper, that you stole some paper, some ink, and you put it in your shoe because you're hiding that you have those things, but also you can't probably do all the candle magic that you want to do. But you could also get, like I said, a honey jar and put somebody's name in it. You could put somebody in the freezer. You could put somebody in the freezer, but I feel like putting somebody in the freezer is to stop abuse more than anything. The freezer spells are for abusive people, like abusive parents that can't be out your family. Maybe you don't want nothing bad to happen to them, but you want them to stop putting their hands on you. You want them to stay away from you. But if you put somebody in your shoe, baby, you're stomping on them every day. You are actively putting feet on them every day. You are stomping on their name. And one thing you're going to notice is after a while, you won't find that paper no more. It's gone. You won't even find no little pieces. It's gone. Bridgerton, I have. I wanted to love it. I wanted to love it so bad. It just didn't give. Beautiful gowns, great gowns. I feel like the freezer is also good when you want to stop someone else from being abused. Like maybe that person not ready to leave yet, right? But you still want to help. I get it. But as I was saying, like being in a situation where you feel like you need to do magic on people, I feel like people don't realize like the desperation someone feels like to try to travel their energy through magical work. Like people don't really think about it, but that's what's happening. That's why I told you not to play with it if you're just being like, if you just don't like somebody, like it's not worth it. Don't do it. But if you have a vested interest in getting your lick back, it's just a way to, again, feel powerful in what you can do. Because, again, that's what a lot of magic is finding power outside of the situation that you're in. And so, between me and you, if you don't feel powerful in this situation, if you feel like your power is being beaten out of you, you feel like someone's stealing from you emotionally, physically, spiritually, you're just feeling drained. Like, this is why people do magic. So I just want us to consider like the psychological effects of doing this shit, because some of y'all are gonna feel bad. So just consider that. Like, my friend feels slightly bad, but she can't take that shit back. She can't unstomp his name out and wear a shoe. There's no backwards. So just keep that in mind. You could take somebody out the freezer. You could take somebody out the honey jar. I wouldn't. I feel like if you needed the honey jar at some point, you're gonna need it again. So just keep them in there. But I feel like the honey jar is a little bit easier. Of course. But I also feel like sometimes we can't process this shit out. Like, sometimes we can't process this shit out. Like, I got a spell in my mind that I want to do on somebody, but I also have to consider, and the reason why I haven't done it is I have to consider what I would have to sacrifice to get that. And I'm only interested in this moment in sacrificing to get something for myself. I'm not interested in doing any spiritual work that's going to mean I have to sacrifice from my own energy. And that's why some people are just going to get away. But the reality is, I have to remember, people don't really get to get away. That's the thing. And I think some of us know that. Some of us have done some shit and it came right back, didn't it? That's why I do not fucking be being dirty and shady, bitch. That's the main reason, bitch, because I already know. Like, you put that fucked up shit out there, it's coming back. And it's probably coming back way worse. A happy spell, baby, my question is this. Where are you unhappy? Like, do you feel a general unhappiness? Because uplift that. I would suggest y'all doing love spells on yourselves, personally. Self-love spells are possible. A lot of that is mirror work. There's a lot of magic that can be done in the mirror. Keep that in mind. Glamour spells are also a thing. For the girls that want to be more beautiful, it really starts with the mirror. It really starts with you looking at yourself deeply and connecting with yourself. And I know that shit sounds like cap, but it's true. You know, you ever pose, you ever just give yourself something in the mirror, bitch? It's really cute. But until you can give that shit to yourself, until you can give yourself a little flirt, how you gonna accept it? How you gonna hold it? Like, I'm just saying, like, the mirror exists for a reason. Like, it's not just to look at yourself and to make sure you look okay. The mirror is a fucking spiritual tool. Like, just consider, there's a lot of things around you that you can use to elevate yourself. But when it comes to feeling beautiful or feeling happy or feeling uplifted, we have to also consider the climate. As I said before, bitch, we're in captivity. A lot of us are not going to be able to feel happy right now. And it's not on you. The world we live in is not inspiring happiness or hope. That can't be on you, could it? I just want to put that out there. We don't live in a world that's making us feel happy, are we? We don't live in a world that's making us be hopeful and excited. And so I just want y'all to consider that some of y'all are unhappy because the world is fucking anti-black, fucking transphobic, capitalistic, demonic, you know what I mean? Rape culture centered, narcissism centered. Like, we don't live in a world that's treating us good. We don't. And so just consider that. Like, but as far as like spell work to make yourself happy, the root of our unhappiness a lot of times is our society, our environment, lack of creativity. When's the last time you did something fun for yourself in your space? When's the last time you pampered yourself? And I don't mean going out and spending a bunch of money. I mean taking some extra time in the shower just to enjoy the indoor waterfall that we get to experience every day. When do you look in the mirror and say, that's me? Like, when do you look at yourself and give yourself what it is that you seek in others? Because again, there's not going to be a lot of people out here that love us exactly how we want to be loved. Some people won't get close. Sure. But practice that shit with yourself right now, today. Give yourself that love, that vibe. Do it though. Are y'all in a motherfucking apartment or no? Are y'all in a house? You said extra waterfall of water costs money. It definitely do. I'm not saying it don't. But it costs less than going to the spa. It costs less than going to the actual waterfall at the damn island. I'm not saying that it costs no money. I'm just saying, like, there's ways to love on yourself. There's ways to give yourself a little bit of extra love. And I also want y'all to call upon y'all friends. Yeah, bitch, I wish I was a sim every day. Like, I really wish I could just be in The Sims. Because I don't need to be a human. It's too much. Like, the fact that we have to feed ourselves every day, oh my God. Oh, I'm tired. The fact that we have to figure out what we're gonna eat every day. Oh shit. I am disturbed. Like, the fact that we don't know. Oh shit. Yeah, the fact that we don't know, like, when we're gonna die, but we gotta fucking figure out, we gotta buy groceries, that is so fucked up. Like, bitch, honestly, isn't that so crazy? Capitalism got me like, I gotta eat that ham. Like, bitch, I'm making myself a big ass sandwich when I go inside for real. Like, I don't want that ham to go bad, bitch. And I just do not trust the grocery store no more. They be just giving you whatever they got. They be giving you the best of what they got. Mm-mm. Lip chap is crazy. People like having lips. Like people talk about the cost. I want to talk about the cost of having a damn lip. Cause my God, bitch, you gotta put lip chap on that motherfucker. You gotta put lip chap on that motherfucker daily, hourly. I wanna cry. Put me in the game, bitch. Put me in Sims. Just update my CC. Don't have me out here looking raggedy with the fucking question marks. Bitch. Bitch, I got a cucumber. That shit was dead on arrival. This lady brought me a cucumber that was wiggling. How dare you, Sheila? I'll never forget her. She had a beautiful coat. It's terrible. I've suffered. Ooh, cool beans. You're fancy. Yeah, I wanted to get some pesto, but my ass fucking forgot when I had money. I'm sad about it, bitch, because I want to get some pesto. But it's all good, bitch. I got some mayonnaise and some garlic. We're going to make it do, and a little bit of basil left. We're going to make it do what it do. Not rip your back muscles. Bitch, I'm dead. I'm dead. Yo, I swiped on this woman, and we had this really silly combo where saying in a zombie apocalypse, she's excited for her zombie life. She's like, yeah. She's like, I'm trying to die immediately, so I can just be on the other side. I was like, bitch, what? She's like, yeah, I'm trying to be a zombie. Like, I ain't about to be. She's like, I got OCD. She goes, and I'm hungry as hell. She's like, I'm fat. She's like, there's no way I'm making it as a human, so I might as well just get in where I fit in. I was like, not your team zombie based off the data, bitch. I'm crying. She was like, for real. But then she ghosted me, which I'm like slightly sad about. But also, she's an Aries. I really feel like I probably couldn't handle her. I'm gonna be so for real. Oh my God. Like, there's just some signs where I'm like, as a femme, I just don't even know. Like, an aqua femme, we're gonna probably be back, but we're not gonna hook up. We're just probably not gonna hook up. Because I feel like with aquas, first of all, you on probation. Like, Aqua don't just let people in their life, sweetie. You are on probation for at least 6 months. And then in 6 months, they have to reevaluate if they actually like you based on your behavior. You know what I mean? So it's like, well, Aqua, I already know I'm not gonna know anything for at least 1 year. Cool beans, I'm dead. If you're interested, just tell me what your shit is. Like, let me see that Venus. Let me see that moon. What up? You said a water sign, Pisces. If it's Pisces, I'm running. If it's a Pisces sun and moon, I'm running. If you're telling me you're an Aries rising with Pisces waters and moon, Pisces sun and moon, Aries rising, I'm running faster. Sag Venus though, you're fun. Okay. All right. See, Scorpio Sun and Moon, I feel like the thing about Scorpio that scares me is like y'all fall out of love and like you hard to last to know. And I feel like that's what I don't like about Scorpio. Like when they're done with you, they're done with you. Like, they'll kill you off their life, and I just cannot handle it. Oh my god, the Aladdin game. Hell, that's how I know we're better. I think about that game a lot too. Yeah, that was a bomb game. It was a perfect game. I don't hate Pisces. I just feel like they're a lot. Leos, like I feel like Leos. I feel like I'd be swiping on Leos. We think I can handle it, but I really can't. I really can't handle a Leo. I just feel like they need a lot of compliments, and it's like I'm not saying I don't want to compliment my boo, but I feel like they need someone to suck their dick like every day, and I just feel like, and low key, Leo's the main one asking if you would let them if they was a worm. Like that whole shit started with Leo's. I just want to put that out there right now. Like Leo's literally will be like, babe, tell me why you love me. Like, literally! Out of nowhere. And it's like, babe, I love you. Like, there's so many things I could say, but, like, they want that every day. I just cannot. I just feel like Leos, they need a cheerleader. Not telepathically. What was his sign? You said managing your coldness. Okay, I'm glad you're talking about it. Meryl Streep, I appreciate you. There's a desire to have a sexual experience. Leo, because again, there's, but I can't do it. Again, I feel like we're gonna have sex and then they're gonna be like, so let's do a play by play. Like, let's talk about it. And it's like, I would love to talk about sex afterwards. Like, I love to do that. But I just feel like they would want me to be like gushing about them and everything. And I just feel like, ugh. I can't do that all the time. I feel like my Aquarius Venus, I like to be hyping people, I do. But I feel like I said, you're on probation with Aquarius. So when we start off, the meter's running. I mean, like from the day one. Not Leo makes you want to slap them. Hell, go in. Yeah, no, they love their ego stroked hardcore. Ooh, I feel like Hale has like something really wild to say about Scorpio, and I'm kind of excited. Kind of can't wait. Ooh, I'm about to make a vanilla caramel tea, bitch. But yeah, no, I love that we're talking all this shit about these signs. It feels good. Feels right. Alright, my plan is to make some tea. I feel like I want to keep on chilling. I do want to do a wellness check though on everybody, making sure that folks drink water, eat a snack, take some time to use the bathroom. Fill up your teapot. Ooh, Alterel, do you have anything to say about Leos though? And I've had a Leo friend. I've had two Leo friends, and it was a lot. Like, and it's unfortunate. I literally just remembered that I've been waiting to get hungry to take mushrooms. Now I'm debating on whether or not I should do it. You know what I'm gonna do? I this is like a little hack, but I boiled the skin and the core of a pineapple like for about an hour, and then I like pressed out all of the juice, and that pineapple skin tea, you can use that skin to make a natural diuretic. And so it's good for people that don't really like the taste of like a Pepto-Bismol, don't really like to, have to take an antacid. It's just really good for people that, maybe you take Tums, but the next time you get a pineapple, boil that shit down and put it in the fridge. Cause my stomach feels bubbly, but I feel like that's because I had like a lot of dairy today. And so my plan is to have a bowel movement before I take the mushroom. I feel like I can't make the pork chop. Well, here's the thing. I already ate it. I have other pork chops. There's more pork chops where that came from. But yeah, no, my plan is to at least get this bubble out, because I'm just like, damn, I'm feeling full, but I'm not, and I feel like it's because dairy. How big my titties are, I'm crying. I honestly don't know at this point. I really don't know. I haven't worn a bra in a while. But they're not that big. I'm wearing like my swim bra, which is like this 360 material. And then I'm also wearing an Empire waist dress. And so I knew what I was doing today. That's true. I did say that, and that's why I'm drinking uh, this pineapple tea. But I repurposed this bottle. If anybody out there likes to drink alcohol, this was a really tasty drink. It's called Green Tea Shot. It was green tea, alcohol. It was so sweet. Oh, so lovely. And I love the way that the bottle looks. It's really cute. But it's called Kamati. And my friend said they found it at a random liquor store when they were leaving Chicago. But yeah, I thought the bottle was cute, so I kept it. I'm a big fan of saving bottles that are cute. Like I'll make some like body butter or like a fragrance, and I'll just fill the bottle. But yeah, no, I feel my stomach just feeling bubbly, so I think I'm just gonna make a nice little tea. And I usually like to have my tea with condensed milk because, bitch, why would I not? Why would I not? And so I'm trying to think of a tea that would be good without any cream in it. I've tried this one before. I'm a tea influencer. Just kidding. But yeah, no. I'm really excited because this one's really so green. It smells so pretty though. I'm obsessed. But yeah, that's... I can't wait to drink more tea. It's so tasty. That almost overflowed. Bitch. This is the greatest invention. I'm not gonna add condensed milk to it. That's why I was paying attention to what tea I grabbed because I wanted to grab a tea that had a lot of flavor, but that I didn't have to add cream to. But whenever I have tea, oh, it sounds yum. But yeah, no, I feel like my plan is to allow my body to naturally digest. I feel like this tea is about to hit. I'm about to stir it through one more time. Yes. Oh, the way it smells, my God. Oh yeah, no. So these are ice cubes I made with lemons that I soaked in sugar. And like there's like a little mushroom bit right there. But I soaked a bunch of mushrooms in lemons with sugar and I made these ice cubes. And there's actually sweetener in there. Yeah, I fucked up, bitch. So yeah, this is a way for me to just get it activated. Because I'm going to start my trip soon, but I wanted to kind of just start, you know? Because, again, this is a way to kind of bypass the you've already eaten food shit. Like, if you've already eaten, your stomach is full of food, go ahead and put that mushroom in a lemonade, a Sprite, and activate it. Get it activated. And then once the mushroom is activated, you can eat the fruit or you can just drink the juice, but the juice is going to boost it in a particular way. So I just want to put that out there. What am I looking to get from the trip? Honestly, look, there's like, there's like a whole little stem piece in there. I don't know if you can see it, but there's a bunch of bits in the cup. But yeah, no, I'm just hoping to get a little bit of peace. So nice. Get a little bit of clarity. Get a little bit of new vibe. You know? Because I am in a new space and I really couldn't take mushrooms at the last space I was living in. Like I could, but I just felt kind of like very much, I don't know. I felt very, like I just could not be in that kind of space. Like I want to say I might have microdosed a little bit. Because I did make the, like this mushroom trip I actually made in Aaron's house. Like the syrup. And so it's actually traveled with me.
Take a shot then. I'm gonna take a shot.
Hey.
You heard me right.
Ooh, what kind of shot are you gonna take?
That's a great question.
Of what?
I'm gonna do like vodka and something yummy.
I just brewed some tea. Might be nice. The Buddha's Dream.
Oh yeah.
Shit is lovely.
I'm gonna do vodka, a little bit of the tea, and then a little bit of Dory.
Ooh.
Oh yeah. Yeah, if you
Sweetness.
this website has a lot of teas.
Oh, I actually went to a mall that had an Adagio tea, and they would always have all the samples. It was sexy as fuck.
Also,
yeah, Buddha's Dream's one of my favorites.
I don't know if you want. These are old. All of the ones in here are old as fuck.
Old teas?
Oh, like
Yeah.
from before James even lived in Michigan.
Whoa. I wonder if like tea gets like more robust, like when it's like
aged.
I
maybe.
think probably less.
That would be my guess.
I've tried to keep them like moderately, not in, not getting dried out, but so
It's looking
I don't know
like
what that
they're-
one even is. Some of these have labels. This one, it doesn't have like some of these. I didn't put the full label.
This says.
This is just lavender.
Ooh, that's
Yeah.
amazing. I actually wanted to make some lavender
This is
syrup.
Apricot black tea.
Ooh.
Cocoa peach black tea.
Cocoa peach.
And the one that I like a lot is not in here.
The
Here's some
taste.
hibiscus.
Whoa.
There was this other one in here that I might have just used the last of or thrown away, or it might be just like over there somewhere. This is stuff called sour sop green tea.
Ooh, I fuck with soursop.
Oh, you know it. I like
Yeah, it's like I want to say it's like a Caribbean drink.
Oh, true.
I want to say
I
that.
just like the leaves. I like the. Oh, I also like Adagio has them, but they charge you so much for them. But I really like the green tea pearls.
I know that they sell like soursop drink. Like if you go to like any kind of like
Oh,
ethnic
really?
mart that has like nectar. If you can get nectar, you can usually get soursop or like lychee drink in like a can. It's pretty nice. But yeah. Oh wait, can I be like nosy and ask where y'all are gonna go?
We want to go to this place called The Corner in Ferndale, which has
Ooh.
board games.
Oh, that sounds cute.
But we don't know if they do. Well, they say they don't do same day reservations, and they didn't answer the phone, so we might
Oh.
not even try it. But if they don't
Huh.
accept us, we're gonna go to Pops for Italian.
Yum.
It's like right next door.
Solid backup plan. I hear you. I hear you. Yep. But yeah, no. I feel like I'm gonna actually have a little bit more of that tea because it's fucking fabulous. I'm obsessed. Ooh. It's hot.
I can't do that shit today. Oh, you know what shit I did not do today? Fuck me. Oh, I really should have remembered to do that today.
Oh, what? Oh no.
Whatever.
Not fuck me.
Never did my CPAP.
Oh.
Oh, damn. I mean,
Maybe you can do it tomorrow, question mark?
Yeah, I got you.
It's just because I need to do it early in the day.
Yeah, I
Because
can do
the
it tomorrow
shit-
morning.
Will not, it's just such a laborious process. Or just like the drying takes a lot of time.
if
this
it's not
is like-
weird, I would watch Autumn do it so I can help out next time because I really don't have shit going on with the laundry. Oh, is it like really personal?
No, it's just really easy.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
It is and it isn't. I was going to actually give you more specific instructions this go around because
Okay.
I have developed some preferences.
Okay, yeah.
Which is just to say that every single time I do it, Like, you just need to, like, rinse the fuck out of everything after.
So
like,
it doesn't smell like vinegar.
Yeah, it seems like no matter what I do, though, it still sticks. I mean, no, I don't know. I guess I was gonna say, like, we could just do it right now, but I'm hungry too. It's just, I like should do it. It's been like a long ass time since I had it.
Me too. It's fun. Okay, also sidebar. Some of the people that I was late with this week, I was able to send them some samples of this THC infused peanut butter. I tried it on cam before. At first, I was like, cause like I'm very particular about peanut butter, bro. I like my shit chunky. Hey, honestly, between me and you, I'm obsessed with both of them. I think they're really cool. But I also feel like being in a relationship in your 20s is fucking hilarious, is it not? Like, and some of y'all may not have a reference for that, but as someone who does, what a whirlwind, you know? Like, finding someone that likes you to a certain degree, that you like to a certain degree, it's not the easiest thing to find. I think we all know that. And even if you do find somebody, it could be toxic as hell. And my friend actually was just telling me, because I'm friends with Art, and James is the partner that was telling me about the paper. And Art was saying yesterday that they feel enmeshed with their partner. And I was like, really? You feel like that? And they're like, yeah, they're like, we don't eat unless we're both eating at the same time, hanging out together. And I'm like, I feel like that's a lot of relationships, man. Like, especially if you have a similar schedule and like their partner works from home, so they get a lunch hour. Why would they not cook together and eat together? But there's times where like they'll both be hungry and be like, did you eat? Did you eat? And it's like, no, because you didn't eat. I didn't eat. So I feel like that's an understandable thing to feel enmeshed about. But I also feel like they both got ADHD. I feel like cooking is a long process. So I feel like that's why I also feel like they fuck with me because, bitch, I'm going to cook. One thing about it, because I don't want to say I love being single, but I'm adjusting to it well. Like I feel like being by myself is like not the issue. I feel like sometimes I want to get my booty just squeezed up. And I feel like that's the only thing I'm missing, bitch. And that's sad. But it's the truth. Like that's the only thing I'm missing. I'm not missing having to figure out how to feed both of us. I'm not missing having to worry about if we're gonna get put out. I'm not worried about having to figure out this or that. Like I'm not worried about it. What up, baby? Yes, I feel you gonna be in the house, daddy. I'm crying. What up, Nubia? Chunky peanut butter? Damn, bitch, you love a creamy natural now. Damn, you changed. What happened? Because the chunky girls don't just leave the chunky. Did you get a bad nut? Let me know. What brand? Because again, I don't give a fuck about no creamy peanut butter. What is the point? Give me the chunky peanut butter, babe. And with that being said, bitch, I really am. Oh my God. I just remember that I'm doing mushrooms and I can't eat. Damn, bitch, this shit need to hit me soon, bitch, because my ass I'm about to go back. I'm about to turn back. About to turn back. Like, the way that I just thought about a peanut butter and jelly. Woo. Yeah. I need to just hurry up. Black cherry snow cap? No. Are you recommending? Because I'll try to find that bitch immediately. Ooh, sidebar. My phone is actually about to die. So I gotta plug us in. I gotta plug us in, babes. I'm trying to think. I want to say they usually get a charger up over here. Damn. And I'm not wrong. But I'm trying to figure out if my shit will really reach. Would my shit really reach? It kind of would. Ooh, yum. Delish. Let me know what it do. Smart balance. Ooh. See, I like a sweeter peanut butter. Personally, I feel like if I'm going to eat, ooh, actually no, cause that's not a fucking power cord. That's a connector link. Okay, and I'm learning technology. But yeah, no. Um, bitch, not check your messages on live. Bitch, I love you. You're out here. You're like, we know each other outside the chat. I love it. The drama. Oh my god, yo, this Buddha's dream. Like, no games. This is not an ad. They paid me nothing. They paid me nothing. Buddha's dream. Adagio teas. It's a white. It's a white. Wow. Holy damn. And it's honestly really beautiful. Like, bitch, it looks kind of like, what the fuck? Honestly, I'm not going to show you that all heated up. I'm going to show you the bag. Actually, could you even see the bag? Probably not. You been on Adagio? Yeah, because this shit looking like some curled wood. Like, when I really looked at it, I was like, damn, this shit's like, whoa. I'm so sorry. Low-key, I'm really actually excited that I'm on mushrooms with you guys. Because it's been a minute. It's been a minute. And like I said, I didn't really feel like I could really be on mushrooms like that over there. I didn't really feel like that was real. Ooh. Oh, I don't like how that looks. Nope. Ooh, but I feel like it's kicking in though, because, bitch, I honestly am so hungry. But that's when you're supposed to take the mushroom. Because then the mushroom takes away the hunger. You're curious about yo, the way you said you're curious about my friend's candle line, Amira, it was not a candle line. It was, let me go get the candle. It's not their line. It's a candle they had. Okay. Your comment had me crying. You were like, not you gonna not give us a link. I'm like, babe, I tried to find this shit. I even asked them. They said they think it was Bed Bath and Beyond. But they're not sure if that was that or Bed Bath and Body Works. They weren't sure which one. But it says Spun Sugar Plum. HD Designs. It was made in Ohio. It smells like pink starburst. If you want your house to smell like pink starburst. Right, I'm dead. Nah, this is definitely from Ohio. But between me and you, bitch, I really wonder what the profile really is. You know, I do wonder because the friend that I'm living with, they got a friend that works in like signature scents, and like this person finds a way to make scents simpler. Like apparently, this is allegedly, bitch, because I don't want to go to jail because I don't know if I should know all this. But see, bitch, and this is again, you know, you be around white people, you catch some fucking wild tea, but it's just some crazy. This is just random tea for no reason. But apparently, like, Dr. Pepper used to be made by getting like 23 different flavors, or 25. I can't remember how many it was. And so they went to Homegirl, and Homegirl was like, "Well, you got all of these flavors, and you could really just put cherry." And when she was basically figuring out the common flavor profile of a Dr. Pepper, because apparently if Dr. Pepper tastes different to you, it's because they literally changed their whole shit, because they're trying to save money. So just putting that out there for the Dr. Pepper girls. I don't fuck with Dr. Pepper, so I wouldn't know. I'm a vanilla Coke bitch. And as far as I can tell, it tastes the same. But Dr. Pepper, apparently, they simplified their flavorings, and the notes in this tea, it's fruity. Fruity. Bright. There's a lemon. There's a lemony, but also a pear. It tastes very like stone fruit. Stone fruit. Stone fruit. Vanilla, definitely vanilla vibes. Like it has a creaminess and a fruitiness at the same time. I feel like this shit will go so hard with some condensed milk. Mm-mm-mm. The strawberries and cream was not that good to me. Y'all was liking it? Okay. I'm gonna have to go back. I'm gonna have to see what's that. But I don't remember good vibes. Ooh. Bitch, the way they left me with these cookies, bitch. I wanna make cookies so bad. Not amazing, but good. I hear you. Ooh. What? Hell, you're so cool. You just be knowing every damn thing. I love it. What the fuck am I looking in here for? What did I need from in here? What did I need? Nothing. I'm still hungry. That's what I'll do. I'm gonna just get my lemon tech going, bitch. If I don't, I'm gonna fucking try to eat. Like, bitch, the hunger is taking over me. Not even a soda person, I bet. Kara. Okay. Thank you, Hale. I appreciate you. Ooh. I just realized I could be playing some music. Also, my shit have to die. We gotta run. We gotta run. You know what, though? This is the perfect time to stop. I'll see you in the next one.